It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Insert something funny.
Something funny.
You didn't
Exactly, nailed it.
What is
Guys,
up?
Stroke. That I don't know.
That's
A lot.
about
I'm here. I don't know what rhymes with here. And guys, I'm gonna have to say I think I'm gonna need you guys to carry me through this today.
We can do that. We can definitely do that.
And I used the word we, so I may have spoiled as I normally do.
Spoilers. Again, we have with us, if you're watching us on video, you don't see
We're still doing that. We're still doing that whole video thing now.
Maybe. We'll see.
Fair enough.
So we have Tivis with us again. Tivis, introduce
Hey,
you.
I already spoke over you, but
Well,
Tivis, man, what's it feel like? Reoccurring, sir. You are probably at this point, I would say you're probably the longest or most frequent ticket on this show lately.
I'm honored.
Fucking high praise.
I mean, he can give us everything, which is one reason I kind of begged him to come on, even though he doesn't have much time. Hopefully you can last the whole cast, but if not, that's cool.
Why do you gotta beg? Don't beg. That's beneath you.
Because, I mean, me and him are both married guys. We know how it is when our wife wants us to do one thing, and yeah.
Tivis, I would never beg, but I would insist that you come on because I enjoy your company, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I just basically kept telling him, yeah, we're just gonna go on in like a couple minutes. You can join if you want.
Oh, cool. 10-minute podcast. Cool. All right.
So Tivis gave me a little bit of information. Do you want to share that with us, Tivis?
Sure. I saw a Hollywood Reporter article this morning. A leaked phone call from a CW Batwoman creative came out last night, or about a day ago now. Apparently, they want to have a new character as Batwoman instead.
It's so funny you brought that up because that was the only thing I fucking had. I'm glad you brought that up.
He sent that to me, and I was like, oh shit, you gotta come on the cast. We gotta talk this with John.
I would have to say I'm surprised but not surprised.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I joked about it with Myke, but honestly, I didn't expect this to happen.
Personally, I think
does.
it's stupid. Personally, I think it's stupid.
And granted, this is not confirmed.
Right.
This is a leaked phone call of people talking about options potentially. It was deleted off of Reddit, so I can't tell you exactly what was said.
But it's like, if it's swirling around, somebody said it. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely being talked about, which is just as problematic as whether or not you do it. Because I always got to say, like, if you have somebody in the room throwing that out there, it just shows that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because at this point, you have two options. You really only have two options. You either just replace her and move forward and do a Don Cheadle, Terrence, a roadie thing, Iron Man 2 style, or you just cancel the fucking show because we all know it sucks. I'm so sick of all these people on like fucking Reddit and Twitter and all these stupid people going, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm like, nobody's watching it. Like, fuck off with your stupid ratings and like your show is abysmal. Like, stop.
I mean, my thing. So in the details, it says like the character who would be replacing Kate Kane. Yeah, Ryan Wilder. I'm guessing it's like a placeholder name until they can figure out if they want to utilize the other chick who was Batwoman, or if they want to maybe take the Alfred's niece or daughter. I don't know what she was in the show. I forget.
Pretty sure it's a niece.
Is it
I'm gonna go with niece just because I hate the fact that it would be her daughter.
his daughter?
Or his daughter.
Yeah. Which, I mean, she would be the perfect one to take it. We know she can fight already, and she meets all the other criteria.
No, it won't work because it's blonde. It's blonde hair and white skin. That's too not progressive.
Was
At
it
least
Ruby Rose? No, she was.
She's not blonde.
hair.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Who are you? And she had tattoos. That's progressive.
She had a Ninja Turtle tattoo.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She does.
Cool. That makes her better, right?
The power.
Okay, so this breaks the idea that we're just gonna make up a character, which is already problematic because if we've proven anything with Batwoman, these people are incapable of writing anything.
I was telling Tivis before we got on, I was like, look, it's totally doable. You can write it in. They have a year before the next season comes out, because it's not released until 2021 for the second season.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a lot of time to write. I'm like, it's writable, it's doable, maybe not for their writing room though.
Their writing room is abysmal, and I don't have faith in them doing anything coherent. Tivis, so since it's essentially you're bringing it to our attention, yes. I gotta know what you think, and maybe potentially how do you think they should go about it?
Ooh.
Yeah,
well,
right. Big task.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting regardless, because I was just checking the viewership, and surprisingly, it had more viewers than Supergirl. Those are the only two I could compare. But I don't
think those numbers are fair. Because let's make the argument, because you actually brought up last week about HBO Max that Batwoman's the only CW show on that platform.
Yeah.
So you could potentially get a signal boost there. You have the LGBT led hero, so obviously people are going to tune in just for the virtue signaling / supporting the thing that they want. Or on top of that, there's a lot of hate watchers. I've noticed if you're anywhere on YouTube, like reacting to this show is like, if you want the golden ticket to the YouTube monetization, fucking ragging on Batwoman and pointing out all of its inconsistencies and abysmal fundamentals is like, man, it is like, it is a, dude, it is just a, fast, it's a shortcut to success, man.
It's your golden ticket there.
Damn.
Yeah, I agree. If they could get Ruby on for a transition, that would be best.
No, don't say transition, man. Don't fuel the fire. I'm sorry.
Worst case, we get a situation like what happened with Doctor Who back in the 80s with Tom Baker to Sylvester, where Sylvester dressed up as him.
That's awkward. Yeah. It was probably one of the...
See, the thing... Yeah.
You're not a Doctor Who fan. Shut up, Michael.
No, but like with dressing up like the person, like I feel Ruby Rose dressed like herself. So
just like her.
Just like her person.
Well, it's funny you bring up her appearance with like because let's be fair, that's wardrobe. Like wardrobe's allowing them to do that. Blah blah blah.
They do that a lot lately.
But do you guys find it funny that she had the like Jimmy Neutron hair for like 14 or 15 episodes, and then like the last like 6 episodes she had this like weird like matted down like gelled down hairstyle? And trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Given the rumors that she's been unhappy with the show for a really long time and obviously kind of wanted an out, so she's probably not going to come back, right? So the idea, why would she keep the hairstyle that she started with? I actually think they made that change because she decided to grow her hair out to do the next project or whatever. So they couldn't style it in that weird, like uppy Jimmy Neutron-esque hair.
That's her style of hair anyways. If you like go and look at almost everything she does, that's like her.
Well, you don't forget she was a model before she did all this. She had long hair for a really long time. And I think it was first cut for one of her first major roles on TV. I think it was for Orange is the New Black, and then it just kind of became her aesthetic after that.
Did she do that before the Triple X movie?
Orange is the New Black? Oh, yeah. She was in like the first or second season, man. Like that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
But
it was a while ago.
She was in the Resident Evil movie first.
Was it 5? Resident Evil 5?
It was the last Resident Evil movie. I don't know fucking.
Oh, no. I think Orange is the New Black came before that. I could be wrong on my timeline, but I'm pretty sure Orange is the New Black is like one of the like first huge Netflix original hits after House of Cards. So we're old, dude.
Shit. Yeah.
But what do you think they should do, Tivis? I mean, do you think they should just create a character or what?
That's what I was about to say, because there have been multiple Bat women in the comics. I mean, we got Kathy Kane, Katrina Netz, and Stephanie Brown, who was also a Robin, but they could also just use one of the characters they already have or create a new one entirely. I think the safest bet that they're probably going to do is maybe transition with the oh man, what's her name? The blonde.
Yeah.
The who?
Alfred's niece.
Yeah. I forget her character's name.
It makes sense, and then
she's a better actress.
Well, you can also run with the storyline that she has going with the other chick already
with Sophia. Yeah,
and it's just like molded into there, or like they split up because maybe they actually kill off Kate Kane's character, which I highly doubt they will.
I would.
It would.
Another option. Another option is them going with Sophia. She's not a bad actress.
Yeah, but then you have the problem of why does Batwoman go from a white person to a black person? Like, I would understand if it was a full face mask, but like all of a sudden it's like,
I would say in the shadows you wouldn't really be able to tell. So
shut up.
I was going to say,
and how often is Batwoman not in the shadows? Like, come on.
She would be a better Batwoman.
Need to do a better job of avoiding the paparazzi.
Well, exactly.
And maybe they could utilize this as a way to get Batwoman to actually use guns like she did in the comics and everything else.
I still maintain they fucked all that up. That's over. There's no way to do that because you can't make it's just the same problem that fucking Arrow had. It was cool that he was going off killing people off his list. Yeah. He was like a hitman. And you have to have this weird thing. I think it's why I enjoyed Arrow so much was because like it was this weird thing as an audience member where you're like you're justifying what he's doing even though you know it's pseudo wrong.
Right.
You're like ends justify the means and stuff, and you have to have a little bit of self-reflection. Then the problem becomes is the show goes, okay, yeah, no, we can't have him murdering people all the time. So we got to dial that back.
Something that happened in society where they were just like, okay, we need to change this shit up.
No, it happened in season 1. His friend told him to stop killing people. Well, his friend told him to stop killing people.
Yeah.
That was his thing. But then he kept kind of having to do it. And then it got to a point where the show does the same thing that the MCU does. They don't just capture people anymore. They just they felt the need to keep killing people. This is kind of the same thing that happened with Flash. Like they got so sad that people were making fun of him about putting him in the pipeline that they just started killing off Earth 2 people rather than actually capturing them. And I'm like, no, just stay with your silly premise. Like people have always criticized the fact that Batman doesn't kill and always arrests them. That's always going to be a stigma. It makes more sense for the circulation of characters when you can have people break out and you can reuse good actors and characters. Not killing them off is a smart thing to do for the lucrative standpoint, because then you don't have to come up with fucking magic and bullshit and all this other goofy shit or evil twin to bring this character back 50 times. Like, I don't know, Reverse Flash. That shit gets tired after a while. It's like, man, so much convoluted shit.
Going with them
bring
because
back an actor you like.
Works.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Then don't kill it.
They've killed him like 500 times.
That's what I'm saying. Literally erased him from existence multiple times.
But I have this guy and this guy and this one and this one.
My personal experience with the character, I've only read a few New 52 comics, but the first time I was introduced was the Batman the Animated Series movie with the character where it was portrayed by 3 different characters. And so I'm just used to the character being more aggressive and brutal than Batman even.
Yeah.
Well, I've just like I never understood why they
That's also
steered away.
military training too. Where
Well, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing was that they wanted her to be Batman. That was the point.
Yeah.
They wanted her to be Batman and be better than
yeah,
Batman.
because they got rid of their Batman show already when they took Arrow off, so they had to replace
Exactly. But I'm just saying in general, like, because that's why they shit on Bruce Wayne. That's why they shit on Batman. They want to prop this character up. She's a totally different character. And even Batman and her have huge arguments constantly because of their ideals. Like I said, like, if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., having the icer bullets or rubber bullets, or like, you could even have made trick bullets, like ones that hit and they like make phosphorus sparks and stuff. You could have done some really fun stuff with her guns. And
see,
it was just lame.
when you talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, though, they also did that thing where they killed off one of their really good villains and then
That's
just brought
fine.
them back to life.
But I was talking more about just the aesthetic of, like, people would fight about, like, well, she can't be running around using guns. Okay, yeah, tell that to Diggle and Wild Dog,
right.
who constantly every episode give Oliver shit for killing people, yet they just light people up.
Yeah.
It's like the show. That's why I don't understand people who can defend Arrow pretty much after season 4. After the Prometheus arc, 5 was kind of cool just because they went really John Wicky with their action stuff, but that was all just superficial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, depending on how they go about this, I mean, it's, season 2 is going to be expanding of the team. And
yeah,
I mean,
which I think is strange because you can't even get the team you have off the ground right now.
Yeah. Well, some of the options they have for the team, I mean, the original Batwoman, Kathy Kane, her sidekick was the original Batgirl, Betty Kane.
Yeah.
So,
Just
I mean, maybe
Luke
we
Fox.
could get Gordon's daughter. That would be cool, seeing what happened to him.
I just want Luke Fox. Like, have Luke Fox running this, and then he takes on a protege to make the new Batwoman because Ruby Rose died. Yeah. There you go. Done.
Just give me Batwing already. Just give me Batwing.
Here's another awkward thing. The main arch nemesis is the twin sister of the character that you're having out of the show. How is that going to create contention? I mean, is it going to be jealousy of what? Yeah. They might have to go with a tragedy for Kate in order to fuel Alice's rage. Like, how dare you wear my sister's mantle, whatever.
How dare you stand where he stood?
Her and utilize another villain for the second season, because
that would be wise.
Getting away from her, they had to pull her ass fucking back in, and it's just like, okay, I get it. They're sisters.
So I gotta ask, how have you guys are caught up on the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ended.
So I watched the finale.
So I'm gonna give my final piece to this, just because it's silly. They should absolutely just recast and move forward. They do not have the talent or the even fucks to give about this show to be able to even be smart enough to try and adapt another character on top of all the convoluted bullshit they've already dug themselves, while at the same time there is no way there is anybody imaginative enough to come up with a brand new character. Case in point, there was an episode lately, I think it was the last episode I've seen anyway, where there's this book that Lucius Fox made that had all these like hieroglyphs in it.
Yep.
And they had to decode it. And the big MacGuffin, or I guess, stupid, or the Deus Ex bullshit of it, is Lucius made a pair of glasses that essentially Google Glass and Google Translate the hieroglyphs in the book. If you guys watch that, I almost died. Thank you, internet. So wait, let me. No, this is fantastic, and it's talking about my point about writing and how much they don't give a fuck about this show. So if you go back and look at some of the stuff when they're translating in the book, you see like brackets with like the number 4 or 19 or 20 or whatever in it, right? Somebody found that to be really strange, so they looked it up. They literally went to a Batman Wikipedia page and copy and pasted everything in that book from a Wikipedia page. Those 19s and numbers, they're the chapters and like fucking highlights from the glossary. Fucking lazy pieces of shit, dude. At what point is this just like amoral / like lazy like, and when does plagiarism come back into the mix here? Because that's just lazy as fuck. It's insane.
Did they keep the reference indicators? You know,
Oh yeah,
number 1, 2.
No, that's what I said. That's how they found it. There was brackets with the 19s in them. It's fucking insane, dude. And it's like, I just go, they really don't give a fuck. Like, they just do not give a fuck about this show.
Do you think they didn't want this show, and CW is like, no, we're going through with it, so you're working on it?
That's a good question.
What writers weren't they supposed to get a lot of the crew and shit from Arrow when Arrow ended?
No, they were gonna keep working on Arrow and the Canaries.
Oh, okay.
That was the plan. And then a lot of people wanted to get on Stargirl. I think a lot of people are pissed off because some people got overlooked for that. By the way, because they had a bigger budget and stuff. That pissed a lot of people off.
Talking about that book though, dude, like they made it such a prominent point that the glasses were the only way you could read it.
Yeah.
Even though Luke Fox had already figured out.
Exactly. No, the show constantly makes him useless. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, they undercut him constantly, especially when him and Little Miss Pennyworth were both like, they had their moment where they're going, no, we're willing to die. Fuck you. And then Batwoman just shows up and goes, no, seriously, just take the glasses. It's fine. I'll take them. Right. They're like, what are you doing?
Not only that, it's like, okay, one, you find out Alice doesn't even put the glasses on till way later. So it's like, you could have just given the chick a pair of glasses from Walgreens.
That's what I'm saying. You could have totally fucking with her. It would have been great.
I counter that one statement about Luke, though, because it's like everyone else can't read it without the glasses, but he manages to decode it and figure it out. Right. And so that shows off his brilliance in a way.
Well, no, he's really smart. That's fine. And also, you have to remember it's something from his dad. And the way that he figures it out is a little easy, but at the same time, he does that, and it proves that he's the most important guy, right? At this point, he's important. We need him. We need him alive. We can't. And then they're like, no, fucking bullshit. Glasses. It's fine. Iron Man, get the Iron Man glasses from Peter Parker, and you can do it. So now Luke is just fucking useless now.
Can we all be in agreement at least, though? The entire premise with the fucking book and
it's all stupid.
Having to kill her when she's in the suit is the dumbest thing ever.
How about just shoot her in the face?
Why is her weakness kryptonite? She's not Superman.
Right.
Because they want her to be Superman.
Okay,
she has to be better than all of the characters.
Okay. Kryptonite. Kryptonite is just a normal rock to us here on Earth.
Yes. It
gives cancer.
Yeah, whatever. But still.
Okay, well, we have uranium.
Comic lore.
How about this? We have uranium there. I can get cancer from that.
The only way it should pierce her suit is if her suit was made out of Kryptonian skin. That's it.
Well, no, it'd pierce it anyway. Just pierce it. Who cares? I don't know. Just say it's special.
No.
I don't know. It's stupid comic bullshit. Who cares? But at the same time, it's still dumb. It's this argument I always have to give with people where they go, it's just fake stuff. It's all made up. It's like, when a fucking world establishes its rules, you have to abide by those rules. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing.
But it's a new world because it's a new universe, John.
Eat my butt. Eat my butt. Eat it.
But even still, any creator worth the salt has a type of Bible where they keep the stuff that, it's important. Do not change this. This needs to carry over all of it.
You would think. Marvel's proving that already with all the retcons they're trying to do.
Oh, please. Try Star Wars.
Yeah. Star Wars has decades of history of their just live action movies.
I would just be an asshole. Yeah. Well, they span decades, but it's not decades worth of material. It's like 10 hours worth of material.
To be fair, Disney threw out Lucas's book entirely with how the Force works.
Well, I would make the argument, then fuck the EU. That makes it even easier. You have fucking 6 films to go by. That's not even that hard. That's less than 20 hours of content that you sift through for rules?
I'm really surprised they haven't just done an Ewok movie, because those Ewok movies...
They did 2 of them. Battle for Endor, and I don't remember the other one.
Those 2 were dope. I'm talking about Disney. I like the Ewok movies. I really like them.
They're fun.
I
Whatever.
got them.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a kids show coming.
Like, well, they had droids back in the day, which was a kids cartoon.
Yeah.
And an Ewoks Adventure kids cartoon show back in the day. It's like, where's this shit that Disney? That's the stuff Disney can just fuck with. And no one will care. You know, not the
No,
original.
people will care. Everybody will always care.
On a side note, I've been playing Pandemic for I don't know why, but
Pandemic.
they have it.
Oh,
so
you mean the America Simulator too?
They have it so you can put the fake news that scrolls across the top, and someone put "porg stuck" by Ewok.
Wow.
I agree. What do you guys feel? Are porgs better or Ewoks better?
Ewoks.
Hell yeah. They actually serve a plot point, regardless of whether or not they're stupid. They're pivotal to the plot.
Are they stupid, John?
Yes, they're very stupid.
How are they stupid?
They're very stupid.
I want people to tell me
Okay.
how they're stupid.
So
Ewoks.
aside from the fact that they're really short, I'm being a heightist.
You're short.
That's what I'm saying. I hate my own. No, I don't like them getting beat by them without understanding their culture or any of that stuff. And this is one of the first times where I actually
wait. Who getting beat by who?
Give me a second.
Okay.
This is one of the first times where I will justify people being making the joke that stormtroopers are fucking useless. Everything going on in Endor, these guys are getting bested by little, and they don't even look like they kill him half the time. Like he gets beat on like 3 times with sticks. It's like these guys are wearing armor, for fuck's sake. I understand it looks like plastic, but it is armor. Like
It doesn't look like plastic. It is plastic.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. And to see this military faction that's literally taken over the galaxy getting beat on by sticks and stuff so easily and incompetently, it's like there's no way these Ewoks could do that. I don't give a shit what you're trying to tell me. They're slow because they can't run that far or fast. They're obviously not that strong, and it's just they're just silly. They're just silly. They're there for cute and toys and funniness.
It's showing you that the little man can rise up.
And then they make him blink in the new stuff, and it's creepy. And then it's
yeah.
creepy. It's really creepy.
McClunky.
That's good. God damn it, Greedo. Why every 5 years? I feel like it should be a tradition from now on. Every 5 years, I want somebody to do a re-edit of that scene because it feels like that thing's been retouched like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
It kills my soul. Han shot fucking first. Deal with it.
No, he leaps out of the way like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he does a force run.
He accesses the speed force.
Oh, no.
So, all right. Anyways, overall.
God damn it. Anyways, guys.
Anyways, listen. Anyways.
But I say don't just recast. If you're really gonna just try and keep the dumpster fire lit, just recast, move forward.
Okay.
Learn to write. There you go.
What do you think, Mike?
I like the idea actually. There's a nice easy way to do it with how they ended the show of Hush getting Bruce Wayne's face.
God, he looks stupid.
And we all know that he's like so obsessed with Bruce Wayne. Maybe he, as soon as that scene is done right there, he ends up killing Alice. Bam, right there.
Mouse should kill Alice.
Mouse is dead. Alice
no, I'm saying Mouse should have. I meant should have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. But he kills Alice. That way she's taken out of the picture. There's a bigger villain there for whomever is Batwoman.
Which they've already alluded to a bigger bad over her anyway. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So. Yes.
So what? So are you saying recast the character or make up a new character?
Make up a new character. Just kill her off. Do it easily from a back shot or something. I don't know.
All right.
Cheapen their death.
Fair enough.
The paragon of what?
Courage.
Yeah, she gets shot in the back.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
They get very, very insulting.
While she runs away. I want to see the paragon of courage get shot in the back while she runs away. That's what I want.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go all out with what I want and say Make the show a sequel to Gotham. Fuck it. Explain why Bruce Wayne is so young.
It should have been a fucking sequel.
Oh, yeah.
God. It would have been a nice way to get Gotham in the CW universe.
No, I just don't fuck with Gotham. Gotham didn't end particularly awesome, but it was a good show. It got a little, come on, guys. Like, it got a little weird towards the end. Like
how it ended, until they did the time jump for the final episode. They did a time jump for the final episode for Bruce Wayne.
Well, some of the fuckery they were doing with some of the characters was strange. Like making Penguin like kind of in love with the Riddler and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. It kind of works for the time, but you saw some stuff starting to creep in towards like the last I would say probably 3 seasons that didn't feel.
That last episode was really like, well, I mean, the whole show was fan service, but that last episode was really fan service, especially with how Riddler and Penguin act at the end.
And then I would also have to say, normally I would just go, I disagree. I'm gonna have to give a big old fuck you to both of you for trying to make Batwoman a sequel to this, I guess you said it should have been, but I'm like, how do you have a whole show that proves that the Gotham City Police Department is like almost a character within the city, which it always has been.
The city's a character within the show itself.
Yeah, to where you go to Batwoman and it's just the Crows. It's like the GCPD does not exist.
You don't get any nice skyline shots in Gotham. It doesn't feel like Gotham. It just doesn't. It just doesn't.
Which in the day and age of drones and shit, I get really pissed off when you can't get really beautiful establishing shots. It annoys the fuck out of me. You just give somebody like $5,000, go shoot a bunch of fucking skylines at night, and then you can just CGI some extra stuff into it, and it would look awesome.
I might be remembering wrong because I think they stopped it at one point, but didn't Arrow have a bunch of city shots?
Oh, constantly
in the beginning.
No, they all do. Like the CW used to be really good about that stuff. They would do a cutaway establishing shot, and then bam, we're into the jitters, or we're into the precinct.
I mean, even whatever your feelings are on Supergirl still does establishing shots in the skyline and everything else like that. I mean, she does fucking fly too, so they have no.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of have to, or it doesn't really work. Yeah. But Batwoman and Batman always use the rooftops and stuff, so it should have worked. And fucking show is terrible. It's making me mad. It's making me mad.
Like, I don't know. After they just fucked themselves because they had done Gotham and then went and did Batwoman. They didn't even give it a few years between. They should have waited. They really
need to finish Gotham.
No, it's so good.
I'm still in season 3. I just my favorite character is Hatter, Jervis Tetch.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did with him is so messed up and creepy. It's hard to get through, but also he looks exactly like a manager of mine. So that's weird.
Yeah, please don't fire me.
Yeah, if you listen to this, I'm sorry, there's an uncanny light. Even my wife who works with me said, holy crap.
Is that a Bebo hand?
What?
Purple People Eater?
Is it a Bebo hand?
No, it's not.
Bebo.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you, speaking of Bebo, you shared wait, sorry, before I transition, as Tivis has thrown that word out. any final thoughts on Batwoman? Anybody give, like, honestly, you guys really give a shit? Because honestly, for me, if they get a season 2, I want it purely for reaction videos because they are fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
I want them to complete the promise of having more, lesser seen Batman villains on screen. But other than that, do whatever you want. Go crazy. The show is not good.
At this point, it's just a fucking dumpster fire. I'm here to laugh.
And the fact that they've already referenced that Joker's dead in this universe, I'm just like, well, fuck
why even bother?
It's like, okay, so we're probably not gonna get a Harley Quinn to fight her in this. We're not gonna get like any of Joker's, friends or anything like that.
I kind of want to put money down that in the future they're going to reverse that and by some bullshit means, and it's like, oh, we never actually saw him die.
Right. It's just Luke Fox talking. He's not in Arkham. We didn't mean he killed him. He just has him locked up somewhere else, like on you.
And
Oh,
if
silly.
they ever get rid of the embargo, how long until we get Harley Quinn on here?
But can I make a pitch to the CW? Because I think the guy who I don't know his name, but the guy who plays Luke Fox is awesome.
Oh, he's amazing.
I think he might be one of the best actors in the show.
I follow him on Twitter. He's fucking hilarious.
I want a Static Shock show, and I want him to be Static Shock.
I want that. I wish so bad last season of Black Lightning he appeared in there.
He'd just be perfect. I think he'd be awesome, and then you could tie him to Black Lightning. It'd be fucking dope.
He's
Luke
DC,
Fox.
right? He is DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he would be a better Static Shock than a Batwing. I want somebody more like I don't know, just a little bit more just bigger and buffer to be Batwing. It's like I want somebody a little more menacing, like a Bruce Wayne you would expect or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Fox is ripped and shit, but he looks athletic and fun, and he seems really quippy.
Yeah,
I think he'd be a way better Static Shock. That's just me.
Static is one of the weirdest DC heroes because he seems to be the ugly stepchild. He was written out of the New 52. The old cartoon hasn't even gotten a full release. It's just like they just don't care about him.
Well, Andy looks kind of young. He looks kind of young, but he has like an older stature about him at the same time. So we could play him as he didn't just get his powers. He's been doing it for a few years. He'd be a great tie-in for Stargirl.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I think he'd be great. I think he'd be a good way to tie their universes a little bit.
But Tivis, is the cartoon not on the DCU app? Is it not on? I thought it was.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
I don't have the DCU, so I'm not sure. I just know the box sets. They may have released the first complete season. They may not have. I know they definitely have the beta.
Calm down, phone. I'm making noise. Oh, God. I was trying to check this for you. I'm sorry. Why are you auto-playing? DCU app, stop.
The guy that plays Luke Fox is Cameras Johnson.
Shout out to fucking Cameras.
I just wish they would finish putting out the DCAU on. Just release the DVDs, the whole thing. We're missing quite a few.
One box set.
No.
The Zeta Project and.
Yeah. Oh no! I just logged in to the DCU app, and I see a thumbnail for Stargirl episode 4. First of all, DCU app, you're fucking retarded.
I just watched episode 3. How's episode 4?
It doesn't come out for 5 days.
Okay.
The thumbnail is the fucking Wildcat chick.
Oh,
in her suit.
Yeah.
Well, fucking spoiler. Like, why would you
do on the poster though?
But you wouldn't know it had to be the next episode. You didn't know when it was going to show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I literally know she's in episode 4.
From
the title.
Oh, fucking kind of. That's just like she's going to be in the season versus this is a literal thumbnail saying she's in this episode. Well done.
They end the episode with her blatantly saying, "Let's go find our team." So you know some members are.
But what you're so fuck off. So, what are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm saying words.
That is so absurd. That's absurd. Like, ugh. And the costume still looks fucking stupid. I can't even. She's got Megamind head, just like when Batwoman didn't have the wig. What is it with them?
Why they decide to do this forehead thing? Forehead cover?
It looks so dumb.
Wait, which character?
The new Wildcat girl costume. She's got these. They keep making these weird face masks that look like those like sunglasses you buy for like 5-year-olds. That like go on the front. It looks so fucking stupid. I want to die. Yeah, just look up Stargirl.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Dude, it looks so dumb.
It reminds me of those PJ Masks people.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like that. It looks just like that. I have like they make these Power Ranger sunglasses where it's just like the eyes and the top of the helmet. It looks dumb. It looks like it gives you Down syndrome. It's insane. It's so dumb.
That looks heavy.
It's just so atrocious. And then you like see the actual Wildcat costume,
It's
like
almost
with
as
Ted
bad.
Grant in it, and it just looks like, you know, don't get me wrong, his costume looks silly, but the fact that he's just a boxer, it reminded me of like Daredevil, like the Netflix version where it's just like a rag that he put together.
If this was Arrow.
No, it's worse than that. It's worse than that, bro. It's worse.
Granted, the comic version also looks really bad, but that just looks like an oversized helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Shout out, 4 seasons of Static Shock is on the DCEU app.
Oh, good.
So check it out. It's a good show. I actually like the cartoon too. I think cartoon's really well done.
Oh yeah.
It's good shit.
I love the crossover with Justice League.
Oh, dude, the one where with what's his face? Was it Tommy McGinnis, the Batman Beyond guy?
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple episodes.
That one is good too, but the one
is
where
it Tommy or Tyler?
Terry
McGinnis. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's a good episode.
Yeah, I was talking about the one where they go to the Justice League Watchtower and the League's away and Brainiac's attacking, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Trying to see Wildcat on Arrow because they had Wildcat on Arrow.
I think you might be thinking of Bronze Tiger.
No, they had Wildcat.
No, he was the guy who was training Katie Cassidy to be the next Canary.
Oh yeah,
His mask is basic, simple.
I like that character, and he went out like a bitch, and I was not very happy about that.
Oh, I can't tell you. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I can't tell you how happy I was to see Solomon Grundy as Solomon Grundy in that Stargirl premiere. Oh, screw you, Arrow. That is one of my favorite villains.
No, it was Gotham that did Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, Gotham.
Arrow did it too.
When? What? Really?
In the God, what was the one with the Mirakuru season?
It was the guy that wouldn't die.
Well, he did die.
I was gonna say, what?
Like it took a while.
I don't buy it.
Cyrus Gold, I think, is his real name.
Still one of my favorite things that I was hoping they were gonna expand more on with Arrow is when he did the Trick Arrow boxing glove. I understand the mechanics, like it wouldn't have worked. It would have just pierced the boxing glove and killed him. But I go, suspension of disbelief for something fun, goddammit. Like that would have been fine.
Now, where?
It's one of my favorite scenes. He does like a tuck and roll, fucking stabs a boxing glove and then hits him in the face with it. It's awesome. Love that scene. I can like funny stuff. It's just when things get too stupid, I can't just like have fun. I watched Austin Powers last night. That shit was great. Fucking movie's retarded, but it's so much fun.
That way though.
But it's
not made for that.
It was what we were talking about, like white chicks and Joker are on different. Yeah, with the Wayans brothers, like both great films. Just they're different. Like they're trying to accomplish something different.
Yeah.
And they nailed it.
Did you know this? That
Jesus Christ.
They kind of made it even more evident that Stargirl is on Earth too. If you didn't pay attention to the crossover event. Because they do show Jay Garrick's Flash suit in the last episode that they just had.
Well, he was part of the
Justice
Society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had a picture of him. I mean, it wasn't the Jay Garrick we've seen in Flash and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it was the Flash's suit that he wore. The what decade did they call that? Like, I don't even remember, but. Yeah, it's an old school Flash outfit.
I really hope we see Alan Scott
again,
because I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, and I want to see him on screen properly. I don't think they did it in Smallville. They teased him.
Who's Alan Grant?
Alan Scott is he's the original Green Lantern. Not technically a Green Lantern. He just accidentally taps into their power.
Okay.
It's like you see all the green flame in that opening. That was his doing.
I still feel like we missed a really good time in our lives. I want a Nathan Fillion Booster Gold film, and it's never gonna happen.
No.
I'm butthurt about it.
Do you think they bring in Alan Scott in Stargirl?
I hope so.
It looks like it.
At least not for 3 seasons. Fucking hell. Have you guys even watched the 3rd episode?
Yeah, I just
No.
watched it this morning.
God damn it, Tivis. You're the one who's supposed to be up to date on this shit. For once in my life, I'm actually staying up to date with a DCU property.
No, there's a still image. It looks like it was from a trailer or something. They do have the quote unquote Green Lantern there. So, which I mean, doesn't he overpower fucking everybody else then?
Well, you can always say as long as you can fuck with his brain, he can't.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the one with the 4 of them and the robot?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure that's our Dr. Midnight, not
Oh yeah.
Alan Scott.
That's what that is. My bad. Are you sure? No. Because there's 2 people with capes. I can't tell.
Yeah, the other one's Our Man.
Small. No, you have Owl. Yeah, Owl Man. Yeah.
Owl Man, that's what it is. I said Our Man. Is that who I'm thinking of?
There's Owl and Hour.
Yeah. Yeah. So Our Man,
Like the bird and the time.
Our Man has
The stupid
Oh,
sand thing.
I got them confused. The yellow cape is Our Man. The green cape is Dr. Midnight with the owl.
Okay.
Fucking nerds. Nerds.
So what?
So my Stargate Steelbook came in.
Oh shit. Like,
I wish I had a camera so I could show you guys. It's very
is
pretty.
it like the whole? Is it like the whole series or?
No, it's the movie.
Oh, okay.
Do
you like the movie better than the show? Show better than the movies? What are we doing?
Oh, well, I could talk about this for a while, but I love the show. It's a shame they had to recast from the movie, but it's understandable. And honestly, I think the show's cast does a lot better. But then again, they have a lot more time with the characters.
A lot of people I've heard call it like the Buffy of sci-fi. Like really good characters. It takes a little while to build up. Like the first season's not particularly good, but then it just gets like outstanding.
Yeah, and they kind of did that on purpose. They wanted us as a viewer to discover things with the characters. So they start out with technology they had back in the late 90s and, slowly evolve as they discover things.
Yeah.
I can see it. I never actually watched the shows all the way through. But the movie, the original, the OG movie, I love that one.
I think I've only seen the first film and I don't remember shit about it.
Yeah.
I just know what it looks like. I just know what the Stargate looks like.
Was it Kurt Russell? Was that?
Yeah.
The guy? Yeah.
James Spader.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Sliders guy.
Sliders was good too.
If I can say.
Yeah. I'm more of a Quantum Leap guy, so just say.
We lost his camera.
Yeah.
Oh, Quantum Leap. Dude, if you like Quantum Leap, you should definitely check out Doctor Who.
Yeah. There's just so many seasons of Doctor Who, I don't know where to start.
Just start with the 2005 series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone listening, start there. That's the best. It's a brand new. Everyone keeps calling it a reboot. I hate that term. Technically, it's not wrong. It's a soft reboot, but God, stop overusing that term. What's that?
It's still a continuation, isn't it? From the
yeah.
Freaking whenever the original one started.
Yeah, the 26 seasons.
It's
but
been that, right?
What's that?
It's been more than that, right? It's been like
the 26 classic and 11 current.
Okay, so there's a Doctor Who series that started in 2005. Is that the
Yep,
2001?
that's
the
with
reboot,
Christopher Eccleston,
quote unquote. Okay. And
yeah.
that's up to 12 seasons already. And then what was before that? Then where's the original?
The originals, the classics. That's from.
That's all on HBO Max, though, right? All of it.
No,
right?
just the new stuff. The classics are only on BritBox still.
Man, I'm gonna cancel my shit now before I gotta pay for it. Oh, that's 1975 Doctor Who. Oh yeah, because you still paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah, the original ended in 89, I believe, with season 26. Then they had a television movie with cross promotion with Fox back in 96 with Paul McGann.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alien 3.
I'm still debating on whether, because I keep hearing things about Doctor Who up until as of recent from everybody to watch it, but then I'm just like, if I'm gonna go back, I would want to see the original shit first.
Best thing I can always say. Okay, so I get this a lot actually.
Mhm.
Because and I'm a big proponent of especially shows that have gone for a really long time.
Yeah.
A lot of people know almost inherently that the pilot episode and even sometimes the first season of the show is never the strongest. Never. You're still feeling out your characters. You don't know if people want to actually stick around.
Mhm.
Your writing's got to work. You know, it's just a lot of little elements. And like Seinfeld's a great example. You watch the pilot episode, like there are all different kinds of characters. People are named different things. Like
Yeah.
it really
What's her
changes
name isn't
drastically.
even there.
Yeah, there's a waitress at the shop, at the coffee store that they go to all the time or whatever, or the restaurant, and she was a character. They just cut her, and Kramer used to be like Kessler. It was really strange. And you know, it took, I don't know what you're doing with your shirt, but whatever. You have things like that, and like even huge Buffy fans, including myself. I'm more of an Angel guy, but Buffy season 1 is fucking trash. I don't care what anybody says.
It's rough.
It's trash. And 2 starts to get really, really good. And then you pretty much like season 2 finale to like season 6. It's like peak TV.
Yeah.
It's like really good shit.
Once they introduced Faith too, it went.
That helps. I mean, it just gives another little extra element. You got it. It's really hard to figure out what you should do. And for me, I'm a huge fan of Parks and Rec. I think the show takes off when Ben Wyatt, Adam Scott, and Chris Traeger, Rob Lowe show up. Once they show up, I feel like the show really gets into its element and it takes off. I think it's pretty good at the start of probably, I'd say like the 4th or 5th episode of season 2. But like, man, characters are very different. Like Tommy Haverford's kind of a jerk, and Chris Pratt's character is like an asshole, like a deadbeat asshole. It's not the show you think it is. And then I think the problem is when you start people on it, the thing that you fell in love about the show, like the things that you love about the show, are not apparent for at least the first season or so. So it could be hard to get people in. That's why I would tell people with Doctor Who, when you have 50 years of content, I gotta say
57.
Yeah, I'm like, start with the new shit, just because you want the explosions and the pretty and the blah blah blah. I'm like, start with that and see if you like the concept of the story. Because if you don't like the story and the way that they do the stuff in this world, you're not going to like it when it's black and white on practical sets, especially if you're not maybe a Star Trek guy who likes the original shit or any of that stuff. So watch the new stuff, enjoy the world, and then go back and see where it came from. And then it's even more fun because it almost turns into an Easter egg hunt. You're like, oh, that's why they do that. Oh, and that makes sense. And
I did that with the Arrowverse when I started with Legends, and then I was like, after the first season, I was like, okay, I need to go and watch the rest of this stuff first before I watch second season of Legends.
But real talk, how many times did you go, oh, that's who that is? Oh, shit, that's what's her face? And
but then I also was like, wait a minute. In the first season of Arrow, I was like, but wait, when they kept doing the flashbacks, I was like, that's not the Sarah Lance that's in Legends. What's up? Because they changed actresses.
Yeah, in season 2. Yeah,
in season 2. Yeah,
for the better. Yeah,
and with
Sarah Lance's best Black Canary. Sorry.
Doctor Who. You know, I'm a huge fan. Like you guys, I don't have a camera yet, so you guys can't see, but literally on the bookcase behind me, I got comics, audio stories, novels, fucking box sets. So all the time, people, you know, where do I start? And I always recommend start with they call it Series 1, 2005, Christopher Eccleston. It introduces you to the show slowly. You get to learn all of the lore that they established in
And
those
there's a goofy
first-
villain too, like
Yeah.
mannequins. Like, come on, but they're
the-
creepy. It works.
The Autons, yeah, those are.
So
It just
But
works.
okay.
yeah, but it slowly introduces you to the show, and there's other jumping on points, but I always recommend starting there.
Yeah.
And if you like it, go. It could, and I'll be honest, not everyone likes the tones are constantly changing. The writers they don't stick to an adhered formula pretty much. I mean, sometimes they do, but
They
there's
lived in
stories-
their rules but changed their aesthetics. Like it
Yeah.
was you could tell it was the same show, but just obviously made by different people.
and people like stories that other people hate, and it's all over the place. You're gonna find stuff in it, and it's also, it may not be for everyone, so if you don't like it, that's fine.
Well, and again, you're right, and you're writing for decades, man.
Mhm.
Think about it. The stories you would tell. Well, I mean, given the state of affairs right now in our world, I mean, writing for World War II probably wouldn't be much different than writing right now. But that's not a social commentary. I don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, think about it though. Writing in the peaks around like right after World War II, because this started what the show started in like what, early 50, like
63, the day JFK got killed.
So there you go. So think about what was going on around that time. We're finishing up the nuclear age, really coming out of finally prospering out of World War II. That happens, and then we go into Vietnam, and then we come back and we have the 70s, 60s and 70s, like sexual revolution, hard drugs everywhere. Then you go
James Bond.
There you go. And then we got the 80s, where it's like a little bit more, we're having this like almost cultural start, like technology starting to move, a lot of civil unrest, which, let's be fair, civil stuff is always going to be around because we suck. And then you got the 90s, where it's a lot more like progressive and you can kind of write about whatever you want, but that's when they kind of took the break, which I think might have been a pseudo detriment, because I think the first reboot was it 2005, I think, was Eccleston's.
Yep. And they had like I said, there was that TV movie with co-produced with Fox in '96. That was kind of a attempt to restart the show.
But like, Americans can't write for shit half the time, so
yeah,
got to be careful, especially taking a beloved BBC written.
Now,
Torchwood.
have you ever done a Doctor Who like movie? Not
yes,
from the show,
yes,
but
and no,
solo
like just kind of like a extended episode is a movie.
Okay.
There have been movies with Peter Cushing that have no connection to the show at all. They just take stories and adapt it in a different way.
Gotcha.
Because we could almost argue the audio dramas are kind of like part of it, but not part
Now,
of
wouldn't
it.
those just
It's
be
really
considered
strange.
like how they would do like a normal novel, though? I would consider like.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like that.
Why not? I wouldn't
Not
put stock in it.
necessarily canon, but not necessarily not
Yeah.
canon. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if it works for you, if it makes the
Right,
world
right.
fandom bigger, sure, why not?
They're an expanded universe type thing. They give you more detail, but they're not necessary.
I think most of the big fandoms out there have a more of an expanded universe anyways. I mean, you got Star Wars has well, not anymore according to Disney. They like got rid of it all, but fuck them. You got Star Trek too.
My biggest thing about Doctor Who was it knew it was cheap, and it knew they couldn't like do these extravagant things, so they held their hat on character development and stories and basic fundamentals that everyone as a human should be able to reconcile and empathize or sympathize with. And they got away from that with the Jodie Whittaker stuff, and I would say probably halfway through the Peter Capaldi stuff.
Is that the newer?
These are obviously the newer ones. Yeah. Our biggest thing is I would be willing to talk to any Doctor Who fan, Tivis included, that nobody ever really gave a shit about the CGI, if it was shoddy or not. It was Was the
Yeah.
doctor cool? Were the companions working? What were the storylines? How are these people like one of my favorite I would say if there's a standalone episode to prove that this show is capable of some of the best writing, and I'm gonna be hyperbolic. I don't care. I'm not scared.
I mean, when
Some of the best writing in any sci-fi show. Watch. There's actually 2 episodes. Water of Mars is brilliant,
Oh yeah.
and then there's I cannot for the life of me remember. Or no, Water of Mars is the one with the captain, right? Who I'm not going to spoil it yet. I kind of want to build up to it. The doctor sometimes has these power trips. This is kind of
Yep,
proves why
yep.
he needs to have a companion to bring him back.
That's exactly the one you're thinking of.
Yep. Okay, good. So Water of Mars is he ends up essentially on a space station on Mars, and something happens, and the people on there are extremely important, and they can't be lost, and the way that things progress are important. And the doctor understands that things in time are locked. You can be a little fluid with certain events and things will still progress normally, but there are major events that require the timeline. So essentially, a death has to be a death. A disaster must happen, like the fires of Pompeii. The volcano has to explode or the world does not move forward. And in Water of Mars, there's a captain. I'm going to pseudo spoil it, but I swear to God, watch the episode. It's one of the best Doctor Who episodes ever written. And there's this captain, female captain, by the way, progressive, you're welcome. She commands this crew and people are dying left and right. There's this weird virus / whatever, you can figure it out. And the doctor's like, I saved you. I did this. I did that. And the captain refuses to believe that this one being can have so much power. And she takes it into her own hands. And the way she does it is so powerful. And so, like, it's really impressive to... I don't know, just the genre itself to do something so iconic within its own storyline that already has a lot of messages, and they just nailed it. And it's like a one-off, essentially. It's a one-off episode by itself, but it gives so much context to all these characters. It's so fucking good. It's honestly one of the best episodes of sci-fi television I've ever seen in my life. 100%. 100%.
I'll definitely have to check it out, especially since the
Water of Mars. Like, if you don't want to watch the whole thing, watch that episode and tell me what you think.
Since the newer stuff is all on HBO Max anyways, I might as well try and watch that while I can.
If you can, but like I said, Water of Mars is...
I've seen 0 episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
0 minutes of Doctor Who in my life. So
the first episode I ever saw, and this is really funny. This is a cool anecdote for me. Anyway, Isaac Mahoney, fucking shout out. God, my fucking phone is blowing up. Calm down, guys. I mentioned Stargirl. And
who'd you piss off?
The guys on the comics chats panel I've been doing, they're big DC fans. And I'm like, oh, did you see episode 3 of Stargirl yet? And I'm not kidding you, dude. The 3 of them, I've literally had 60 texts go off in my phone in the last 5 minutes. I want to die. Guys, chill out. I don't care.
You're just surrounded by people that love DC shit.
It's insane. It's insane.
As I wear a BVS shirt.
I understand liking DC. I'm a DC fan too. I'm not a DC EU fan. Big difference. So Isaac Mahoney, has anybody ever heard a cool show called Firefly?
Love it.
No.
So I've never heard of it. And I remember all my friends are Doctor Who fans. So I bring up Firefly for fun. So we're going to have a nice little twist at the end. They bring us over. It's like me and like 6 or 7 other people. We were shooting a film called The Swordsman. Fucking shout out. Fucking terrible film that I made. Over a summer. And we would hang out at our buddy's house after we finished. We would like check out our dailies, make sure everything went well, plan the next day. And then we'd either play video games or we'd watch a show. I told them I've never seen Doctor Who. So this was in the time of David Tennant. It's on Sci-Fi late at night. And my very first episode is Girl in the Fireplace.
Ooh.
Yep, starring Sophia Myles. Not particularly one of the stronger episodes in the world.
No.
But it is a one-off, essentially. And it was fun. I would never consider it one of the best ones. It's one of the more near and dear to my heart just because it was my first. It was my virgin episode, if you will. And it's fun. It gives off a production value is really good. A lot of cool costumes, a lot of neat environments, brilliant acting, but kind of dumb in the overall scheme of things. But I love that episode, and I fell in love with the show. The show ends, and I see one of the worst episodes of a certain TV show called Firefly, where they're on this planet with a bunch of whores. It looks like Old West. And they pretty much have to do like a last stand in a whorehouse. It's the worst episode in the entire season, and somehow I got hooked on Firefly. Let me tell you, it feels pretty good to get hooked on two pretty minuscule, mediocre, or less than mediocre episodes of two franchises in the same day. Then go watch them and go, this shit is amazing.
It's funny though that your virginity for both shows was taken, and neither one were like 100% satisfying, but enough.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I was looking at it as like as a troglodyte walking into it, going like, I don't know either of these things. No, this is really cool. Yeah. Like the sets are neat and things are going on.
So for people that don't know, Firefly only lasted for one season, 14 episodes.
Which is a fucking travesty, but did get a solid movie. Got a solid movie.
Oh, yeah. And you can actually, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can actually pick up both of them on Blu-ray.
There you go.
Do it.
Firefly, I think, was like $10 for the whole season. And then Serenity was like $5. Which me and John in college did a report on this movie.
Yeah, this is the fun part. Tiffus, you might like this. We had to I think it was like our directing
for audio people. We did
Serenity is the film. Serenity is the film, Firefly is the TV show. We had to, in our directing class, we had to do a PowerPoint presentation of our favorite cinematographer. And I bet any fucking film school fucking pretentious prick could easily tell you the like top 5 that they would pick. You got like Roger Deakins. Don't get me wrong, Sam Mendes is fucking brilliant. He did like 1917 and Skyfall and shit like that. He's fucking brilliant. But you know, all your go-tos, like the guys who work with like the Coen brothers. Oh no, that was Deakins. There's just a few. But Jack P. Green was known for Rookie of the Year, which I love.
Yeah.
Hot Tub Time Machine, which actually
awesome
looks really
movie,
good.
First of all.
Like the show's dumb, but it looks great.
The first one is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
I think it's a fun film.
If you watch the first movie and second movie back to back, the first movie looks
radically
like
different.
Gold.
Yeah, radically different. And then I did my presentation on Serenity because I found not only a lot of the composition and coloring to be just fucking fantastic, but they do this big one shot through the ship to open the film, where if you're a fan of the TV show, it felt like getting a like Cribs thing through, like a nostalgic run through the home that you've known for so long. It was awesome. It was such a good film.
Apparently he did 2 of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid movies in 2010, 2011.
There you go. Jack P. Green. Check him out. It's good shit.
I like those, but those make me cringe. I actually discovered Firefly through the movie.
Yeah, I did too. Pseudo kind of, because I saw that episode of Firefly and was like, oh, that was kind of cool.
John.
But I didn't care.
It's Jack N. Green.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was P. Might be.
There's like multiple Jack Greens on IMDb. So
there's like 5, dude. Yeah. It's insane.
He's actually
on one. My dad rented Serenity from from a family video, or no, it was Hollywood Video because that still existed. And my dad was like, "Oh, you like sci-fi stuff? This will be cool." And we watched it. My dad liked it, and yeah. Then I go, "Have you guys heard of Firefly?" And Isaac's like, "Yeah, that's the fucking show we watched right before Doctor Who." And I was like, "Oh." And he goes, "Don't watch it." Or no, he said watch it, but don't like fall in love because it only had a season. I was like, "Oh, that's dumb."
Yeah, I got my when I used to go visit my dad, he lived down the road from my grandparents, so I spent a lot of time with them, which, yeah. So they were a big part of my life, and they had HBO, which, funny story, when HBO first came out, my grandma thought it was an STD.
Wait, what?
Trick Discovery? No.
But my aunt, she loves to tell this story.
No, wait. Before we move on, HBO. Guys, I'm gonna test your creative nonsense here. Uh-oh. HBO, if it was an STD, what's it stand for? Come on, guys.
Hepatitis on boils?
No, that's HOB.
Oh, wait, damn it.
You were close. Come on, Tivis. You got this.
Oh, God.
Come on, guys. Come on, Mike. Somebody.
I don't got nothing. I got nothing.
No, fuck you. Come on. You can do the HBO. What do we got?
Hepatitis boils. Ouch.
That's not only the actual STD, but that's the fucking marketing campaign for it. Oh man. Wow. What do you got, Michael? Come on, HBO. STD. What's it? What's the STD with the acronym HBO?
I don't know. Hoseby Ouchin. I don't fucking know.
Hoseby Ouchin. That's not a disease.
Ooh.
I got nothing.
The lack of creative. You guys would be perfect on the Batwoman writing team.
Does John sound robotic to you?
Yeah, John's robotic right now. You're spazzing out.
Yeah.
I'm back. This is why
there he is.
This is why I use two different microphones, by the way. For when the internet fails me. I would go herpes but offensive.
Yeah.
Because they're worse than normal.
HBO can be human body odor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that a STD? But I mean, I feel like I just wake up with that.
You never know. It might,
Guys, I've derailed the conversation. I'm really sorry. I thought that would be interesting.
I started it.
Yeah, I will blame Tivis, but I made it worse. It's fine.
My aunt went to a trip down to West Virginia to visit some family, and she's like, "They got HBO down here." And my grandma,
oh God, someone get some pills. someone get the penicillin. By God.
Yeah, they had that. So that's how I discovered Serenity and Aliens and all of this shit. So I remember watching Serenity, and they played a lot of it. And around the third time, I'm like, man, I wish there was more of this. I'd love to see some of the world.
So good. And the bad guy from Doctor Strange, well, good guy turned bad guy, is the bad guy in Serenity.
Yeah.
So one of my proudest bullshit YouTube videos I ever made was it was like a long hype trailer for Serenity with the song Wanted Man that they used for the Magnificent Seven remake with Denzel Washington. Hot damn. I love that shit.
Would you say that's the first time then you officially got into I want to say pop culture stuff? Well, I guess it is pop culture, geekdom, sci-fi shows, and all that crap.
Is this me?
No, Tivis.
Oh.
No. I watched Batman the Animated Series when I was a kid, and
would you call that sci-fi though?
Oh,
I guess geekdom.
Introduction to sci-fi. Star Wars.
Sci-fi. Sorry.
Star Wars. Yeah,
okay.
That's my intro. I pretty much destroyed our VHS tapes with how much I rewatched Empire.
God, yeah. What would you think everybody would be your first sci-fi thing
that you really got into?
Well, yeah, that like.
Because I mean, I saw Terminator 2 at a young age, and I would consider that sci-fi.
But see, here's the argument: it's like we know it's sci-fi, but we wouldn't have known it was sci-fi. So now, retrospect, what do you think was like the sci-fi thing that you were like?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah,
but yeah,
because you said Terminator 2.
Well, I said that was like one of my that I can remember, but that didn't spark me going into like Star Trek and all that shit. Like down the road. For me, it was a show that my grandma watched. It only had 3 seasons, which the original Star Trek only did anyways. Yeah. It was Sequest, DSV. I love Sequest.
I would probably say for me, it'd be a mix of RoboCop and probably Sliders and Mantis. I like there were weird ass shows that I watched when I was little that got me really into like the weird goofy stuff that
Mantis? I don't remember Mantis.
It was this black I want to say he was an officer or a scientist, and he got hurt and got paralyzed, and he made a robotic suit.
Oh yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah.
I think it only went a season, but I really enjoyed it. It's hard to look at it.
ANTIS, like with the.
It's an acronym, yeah, because I think it's a big, long, fucking bloated acronym for his suit or something. But yeah,
95.
Yeah, it was fun. It's really not a good show. It does not hold up. But
well, I mean,
it was interesting though. I thought it was really cool because it's this guy who's paralyzed and he makes a suit that makes him superhuman. But pretty much it was the same problem every episode. Somebody did something to malfunction the suit so he couldn't walk, and then somebody had to come bail him out. And I go, that's lame. I wish he could have been a little bit more capable without the suit.
Sam Raimi was a creator of that.
Really?
He's one.
It's a good show. I thought it was all right. I don't know how much it holds up. I haven't seen it in a long time, but if I could get my hands on a fucking box set, I'd be down. I would like to check it out again.
If Sam Raimi was a creator on that, I mean, you know, Bruce Campbell had to show up at least once, right?
I hope so. I guys, if you can find it, I recommend watching it. It was interesting, and it was definitely before its time, and it's a cool show. It was cool. Like I said, Sliders. I really like Sliders, and then no, because it's religious. I don't know. Could you say sci-fi for Xena and Hercules? No, because that's fantasy.
Yeah, that's fantasy.
Maybe fantasy, mythological. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would probably say Sliders and Mantis really got me up there, and I love RoboCop. Sci-fi was a lot more movies. Deep Space Nine came later, but I'm still not a huge Trekkie. I'm just not there.
You could also say even Power Rangers is kind of on the realm of sci-fi.
I would, honestly, if we're gonna go, I'd go superhero mythos again too, or like mythological, because you have like powers and they're not like from science; they're mythical. So
it's not until they go to space, Power Rangers space.
Yeah, or Turbo even, because it's all mechanics.
No.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shift in the turbo.
Shut up. No, I will never do that. I did buy the Morpher because it was fun. That movie's trash. That movie's pretty shit.
Which one?
Honestly, probably the best intro.
Well,
that song is so catchy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Turbo's the one where they had the kid that grew like the Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
Beetleborgs was better. They had Jay Leno as a ghost.
I always... Bro, until I was like in my 20s, I still thought that was Jay Leno.
I did too. No, real talk. I thought it was too. I like real talk.
No way. Who else?
Did you know? Holy fuck! Did you know that Hayden Christensen was in an episode of Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get fucked me. Apparently, I'm the only one out of the loop here.
Even what the fuck is his name? One of the Ryans, not Reynolds, Gosling.
Gosling.
He was in with the camera.
Yep, and Hayden Christensen is the dummy, I think. Night of the Living Dummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah,
lot
fuck
of
off.
stars that
The Haunted Mask is the best one. So
Yes,
fuck
it is.
everybody. It's not only the best book, but it's the best episode. So fuck all of you.
Oh yeah.
I can see them adapting that into like a more adult thing.
Yeah, it's called Jim Carrey the Mask. Shut the fuck up.
or it's called the whole Halloween episode that they did it in on Buffy, where they all just turned into their fucking costumes.
Well, in the fucking comic books, Xander turns into fucking Nick Fury, like literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is funny.
Like one eye and shit like that. Yeah.
Which is funny. Yes, because Nick Fury used to be white, and there was actually a movie with David Hasselhoff. Shut up, internet.
Well, I mean, even in the comics, Nick Fury Jr. is Sam Jackson.
Yeah. In the New Earth or whatever, right? Whatever they're calling it.
I don't think they changed their Earth ever in Marvel. They just brought characters from their universes they didn't want to do anymore.
Ultimate or some shit like that.
Well, no, Nick Fury, the Ultimate version of Nick Fury was always a Sam Jackson ripoff, but they created a version for the main comics that's like his long lost son or whatever, his bastard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to take my leave.
All right, man.
I will leave you with he mentioned bad special effects in Doctor Who. If you watch the very first episode of Exelson, you will find possibly the worst Photoshop job ever in the history of cinema. And it's worth it just for that.
It's endearing.
I gotta
Tivis,
go, guys.
we appreciate you coming on. Oh, hey, by the way, before you leave.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I believe this is the first time we've ever had a guest leave in the middle of a broadcast.
No, he's left before.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not with me.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
What?
A few weeks ago.
Was he the only guest?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Kenny was on still, I think.
I was gonna say.
I'm not sure.
It's the first time where
I
we've lost our guests and then dialed down to just us two dummies.
We'll make it work. Thank you again, Tivis, for showing
I'll miss you, Tivis. Thanks for coming on, my dude.
Thanks for bringing me back.
Watch Stargirl 3. We got shit to talk about.
All right, see you
later, man.
All right, later.
All right, now I'm stuck with you. Fuck.
Good. That smelly fuck. I could smell him across the computer.
Stay with John.
Tivis, more like Pivis. Pivas. Dude, I'm getting mad.
Uh-oh.
My phone won't just stop.
Who? Oh, you're talking to the guy.
Yeah, it's like if people can, because I'm assuming we're gonna put this out because you're just fucking obsessed with going into the video files of life.
It's easier.
No, again, I've been on this, I guess, accidental shout out. I've been on this podcast called.
I was gonna start you to promote it if you want.
Yeah, it was called Equilibrium. He does it's on Comic Chats or something like that. I gotta double check. It always fucks me up. But yeah, him and I were guesting on a podcast a while back, and I guess he liked me be kind of the villain. Apparently I'm taking on this heel role very well. So they brought me on to talk Black Panther with them, and it's Comic Chat. So yeah, I mean, good following, 1.7 or 1.17 subscribers.
Now they literally bring you on as, I'm sorry to take a peek behind the curtain, but as the heel. Is that what
it feels like it. It feels like it sometimes.
You're not allowed to break kayfabe or anything. You have to always be
right. Like I have to be me. It's like they know. It's like, oh yeah, everybody already hates you. Like just come on and give us some give them stuff. No, the problem has been though is that they actually enjoy me, so they want me to be a regular, and which I'm totally cool with. But at the same time, I'm like, this is not something I do as a job.
Mm-hmm.
I do this mostly because one, I enjoy talking with you. It's my friend, which is cool. And I give a shit about the things I talk about. Right. And I like the people that we bring on, and I like learning shit. It's been if anybody goes through our old catalog, you can totally tell that I've kind of mellowed out. I try to listen a little bit more, realized a lot of the issues I have because I try to listen to our own content to see my shortcomings and double check with other people's opinions and fact check and shit like that.
Right.
And
just to gauge your own self awareness, because sometimes
yeah,
we don't know how fucking retarded we are being.
Oh man,
and I'm not talking about you when I say that. I'm like,
just in general. I mean, we're all having a conversation.
And now I'm gonna get blacklisted because I said retarded. So
how dare you? Trust me, there are much worse things apparently.
Oh yeah, right now.
Yeah, did you go outside without a mask? Apparently that doesn't matter anymore.
I do. I have like the gaiter that I use that just hangs around my neck. So if the place requires me to, I'll just pull it up.
Yeah, that's how I do it too. Because I think it's all nonsense, and the world is kind of proving it.
Bro, with everything going on, if we'll find out in a week or two.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. Which I'm like, I'm on that side. I'm like, cool. If everything spikes, then we know everything wasn't bullshit, and if it doesn't, then we know it was all bullshit.
Right.
So that's scary because the government
for nothing.
Well, the government. Well, I don't think it tanked. The problem is it's shifting.
Yeah.
No, it's shifting. The whole point is fucking hell. Don't do this.
Let's go. You're talking about comic chats. Let's go with those guys.
Okay.
So
they've invited me on. The first one, the first villain. excuse me. Was we talked Black Panther because we know I'm not a huge fan. They loved it dearly, and they were super nice to me about it. And again, it's not like I went on to go, it's the fucking worst, terrible film ever, because let's be fair, Captain Marvel exists. And I go, like, here are the plot points. Like, what's wrong here? Why didn't they do this? What's going on? And people forget, I loved Black Panther in Civil War, and I like Black Panther as a character. I think he's fucking dope. Go watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Him showing up at Avengers Tower and fucking everybody's day up is incredible. He's one of the first Avengers to ever join outside of America.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's super awesome. I mean, you could argue Thor and maybe Black Widow, but she's part of the US government, so whatever.
Yeah.
But my thing is he breaks in, dismantles all of them just so he can prove that he wants to join. I'm like, how fucking baller is that?
Just to prove he wants to be a part of it, not that.
Well, because he knew they were going to be apprehensive, and it's like, okay, how about I disable all of you and go, I could have killed all of you, but I want to be part of the team. And that's awesome. I think that's dope. But so we did that, and then we started talking Stargirl, which these guys love it, and I'm going to make fun of all you guys.
Is that phone vibrating in the back? Is that what I keep hearing?
Dude, I'm not fucking kidding. I hope the mic is picking it up. I brought up the fact, and I literally threw my phone away onto the floor. I'm putting my phone in a foam box. I'm not kidding. It's the foam box my mic came in.
Now, are you guys like in a group chat, or is it like
yes, yeah? Because they text me about like what time if things have to get pushed, or like what topics are we gonna do? And there's 3 of them and me, so anybody could be texting and bothering all of us.
Now, see, they make me look better because I'm just like, I'll text randomly.
You fucking just told me we were going to record today and I had to bother you. And you're like, I had to be done at a specific time. And I was like, okay, are you going to like fucking call me? Or like, what are we doing this? Or what the fuck? And me, on my first day off every week, I like to sleep in. I like to sleep until like 10.
Yeah.
Because my job's like really physically demanding, and so that's where I pick up all my time, because I like to go to bed a little later to hang out with my girlfriend and watch movies and stuff. So I only get like 5 or 6 hours tops to go to work and fucking sling weight. But these guys, I watched Stargirl 3, and I had notes on notes on notes about Stargirl 1 and 2.
You guys haven't talked about that on their
we
show,
talked about Stargirl 1 and 2. We talked about both, but we didn't get through all of my complaints because I had so many. Was
episode 3 out then? No, episode 3 just came out. That's right.
Episode 3 just came out, and I just watched it literally this morning. I'm not. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'd actually rather have I think the third episode is good enough to where I think if you and Tivis watch it, I'd like to have a extended cast talking about all 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like a nice long 2-hour.
Right.
Because I have a lot of notes, and I think the third one has some merits that I really want to discuss. Because I'm really kind of poo-poo on the pilot for sure. The second episode did some really stupid tismy things. So I'd like to see if the third one kind of redeemed itself or not.
Okay.
Well, but with this group of guys, I just brought up, hey, I just watched it. Have you guys watched it? And they go, no. And they just descended into nonsense. Like, they have a lot of personal history. They've known each other for a really long time. So now the problem is, instead of them jumping onto their own thing with just them, they're arguing with each other in the fucking group chat. I'm not fucking kidding you. I think I broke 100 notifications in the last hour or so that we've been recording. Yeah. We've been recording for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'm pretty sure we broke 100 notifications on my phone.
Let me just say, if for anybody that likes our show, I mean, if you're watching or fucking listening, you like it again for some reason,
or you just hate yourself, whichever comes
if
first.
you want to see John talk logically, because you don't know them as well as you know me, so you're not going to yell at them as much as you would me.
Yeah.
Go ahead and check their show out, because it's actually pretty good. I like it. I watched the last one where you guys were. I ended up joining in later on because it's a. I
think you jumped in on the Mortal Kombat.
And the Mortal Kombat stuff, yeah.
We were talking games, legacy, and
it was like towards the
2
end
first movies.
Of, like you guys were talking about like Batman v Superman and shit like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Snyderverse got in the Snyder Cut stuff because they're big DC fans. Yeah. Well, my whole thing is I've always talked about, this was something we talked about casts ago. If you're going to say something's boring or something's shit or something's this or that, have examples and like pull up dialogue or talk about a scene or compare it to something else and say why one is better than the other. The problem always kind of turned into here is that we haven't all watched the same things. So we were all talking about specific stuff in a different context. So like when we talked about Birds of Prey, I'm not going to go see that in theaters because this was a big thing. It's because it was funny because during the Black Panther one, I was telling about how the Star Wars films are shit and Black Panther was shit and Captain Marvel was shit. And I hated Endgame. And they're just kind of like the classic stuff. You just don't like anything. I was like, okay, I just watched Roger Rabbit last night and I thought it was fucking incredible. No, my deal is that I think writing has gone downhill, and I think things are becoming products, or they are becoming vessels for personal politics and shit like that. And escapism is no longer the goal, and crafting a coherent story and art is no longer the goal. Batwoman.
I would say that about. I would say that, but I would also say that more so about your bigger studios.
Absolutely. Anything within
of good things out there, it's just hard to come by them because they're not marketed properly. They don't have the billion-dollar marketing firm to help them out and shit. So
I can give you that. Yeah. A lot of.
The only reason people saw Parasite was because it
word of mouth.
And the director is well known and stuff like that.
Well, and I'd still say Joker. Word of mouth. I mean, how many people who aren't DC fans saw that film? It's why I still can't understand why people say it's a bad film. It just makes no sense.
Invisible Man did really well.
I would like to see it. Because I literally laughed uncontrollably at the trailer.
The trailer's horseshit.
It's so bad, dude. It's so funny. But I could understand watching the film how it could be scary. Like I could get that. Like an invisible force coming after you. That's terrifying.
I'm gonna see, because we're gonna watch it at home, and I want to see if the tension I had in the theater is the same
translates
at home. I know some of it's not going.
Well, I think your
to
tension's not going to be there, but now this is a chance for you to see the filmmaking aspect. Like, did they set stuff up? Did they do cool stuff to like make it more believable, or was it a one-time gag?
I'm so worried about like, because I know I've seen it, so I know there's certain things in the movie that built up that made you more like freaking stressed. You felt like stressed and tense and everything, and it's like I want to know if I will still feel that in a home viewing, because in the theater it was just myself. I didn't have anyone with me, and yeah, I mean there were other people in the screen, but
I agree.
Towards the time of COVID, almost right when I did it, so I went saw it.
The real invisible killer. No, I'm actually doing the same thing with 1917. I talked very glowingly about it, and I love it. I think it's a brilliant film. Yeah. Saw it 3 times. I enjoy it. I held off on getting the 4K. Usually I'm like, when I'm ecstatic about a film, I buy it day one.
Right.
I'm holding off. I wanna let it sit for a second and then bring it home, because I know where all the big beats are. So I wonder if I'm gonna get that tension. Is that built up gonna be there? And maybe no, I'm not looking for the tension. I'm not looking to be scared or surprised. Maybe now I'm going, did they set up like what did the world look like? Did they use the right guns? Did they use the right people? Like, learn the extra stuff. And it goes, oh, you're nitpicking. I'm like, no, fuck you. Anybody who says that, you do such a disservice to these people who work their fucking asses off to be accurate and do these accurate things and do these really important things and in a film to make them timeless. And with me rewatching it now, getting to watch the subtle stuff, like what was the set design like? What was like that cue? Did that work? Did that timing? What was that edit? Like, how many cuts did they actually do? And they go, now I'm not enjoying it for the story, because I already enjoyed the story. I already enjoyed the way they shot it. Now I'm enjoying it for the masterpiece of filmmaking that they did. And I think
sometimes you'll get people also that say you're just being nitpicky and shit like that. They're gonna be like, well, a movie's not meant to be watched over and over and over again. I'm like,
and then that's a product, that's a Keurig cup. That's something that you made to throw away.
It's funny because I had this conversation with someone a few weeks ago, and they were like, well, movies were meant to be played in the theater and then you didn't see them again.
That's absurd.
Like, back in the fucking early 1900s.
It's because they didn't have the technology to give it to you. But nowadays, that's the difference.
Nowadays, filmmakers cannot use that excuse as, your movie's going to a home later. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to develop a story. Because we're
making the argument that we're going to deliver it straight to your house now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me, because I love what you just said, and I really want to piggyback on it because I feel like you helped me. If you bought something from Amazon, if I had to go to a test screening to check the thing out and use it, and then I had it sent to my house, does that make it a better product? No. But having it sent straight to my house, again, does not make it a better product. If I saw the fan at Target, right? And there was like a promotional thing. It said, this is the product you want. Check it out. You can test it here in the store, and then we'll send it. And then we'll send it to you. It's like, I know it works. Here it is. Like, let's just say a fan, like literally a fan blowing in my face. They show me all the cool stuff on it. It works. It's awesome. Or like a Nintendo Switch. They have the game control so you can play the game in the store. Okay, I enjoyed this game. Send me the game in a week. Cool.
Right.
If you send me the game without me playing it like a Birds of Prey, I hadn't seen it in theaters. You send it to my house for $5. I pay the $5. I get it. And it's shit. Now what? I can't send it back. It's a movie. But if I got something from Amazon that was $5 and it doesn't work out of the box, I'm going to fucking burn the world down. That's how people are. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why people are like that. It's like, look, this film, are you trying to tell me that these people who work their asses off to get into the industry and do this, they really want to make a bad product? Is that the goal? Is that really the goal?
So working with people that have worked mostly indie stuff, and then with people that have done a lot of
or just kids, like
too.
when we were in school, just watching people trying to make it, for fuck's sake.
There are a lot of people in the industry right now, and just from people I've met, I'll say,
just in general,
for people that I've had contact with, that they want to work for the company specifically. They don't care what that company is putting out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But then there's another group of filmmakers I know that they won't work on like a Disney product because they don't
hate Disney.
They not necessarily that they hate Disney, but they just don't like the route that those productions go.
See, and I'm
not to mention you can make more on a commercial shoot for the same job position than you can going and working for Disney.
Yeah, but you're talking, there's a lot of variables there. You're talking a commercial shoot's done in a week. A Disney movie's being shot for 3 to 9 months.
I'm talking for lower line guys.
Yeah.
Be out of there within a week.
So my argument would be, the whole thing is like, I'm a pretty decent example where I'm gonna kind of pat my own back a little bit. I'm pretty talented. Not like I'm not exceptional or anything like that, but like I can edit. I understand timing. I've done a lot of directing things that I think were a little beyond me, but somehow I made them work. I think Dreamer was honestly one of the biggest things I've ever done. Sadly, I wish I could have went a little bigger, but I mean, that was on the lips of a very prestigious school for a while. And a lot of controversy around me for some reason for like 6 months. I've been talked about a couple of times apparently at that college afterwards, strangely enough. But my thing is that regardless of whether or not what I think about my talents, I'm not a business owner. I'm not savvy enough for that. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to run the company. I want somebody who's smart and understands business and that stuff. And I want to work under a company, but I also don't want to be hired to say yes to everything and be told what to do constantly. I want to be hired to go, what do you bring to the team? And I think nowadays companies are not teams. They are a bunch of bullies telling people what they want and get it done or fuck you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big problem. I think especially when it comes to art, what's the point of hiring an artist with a big imagination and outside thinking, and then the first thing you do when you hire them is go, all right, here's your sandbox. If you go out of the sandbox, we're going to just get rid of you, even if you spent the last 6 months filling the sandbox halfway full.
It's very interesting to see because like people will, like, you get directors, you get a great director, but there's like 20, 40, 60 fucking producers over top of them telling them what to do now.
If your credits are longer than 5 minutes, you fucked up. You fucked up the front credits, not the end credits.
Not the like all the animators and shit.
Yeah.
But then like I hear people, and there are a lot of film student guys, film students. They're not students anymore, but film people, and they're like,
alumni.
Disney's hiring these like fresh new directors that have never done anything. It's gonna be so good because they're still like artists. I'm like, Disney's hiring those guys because they're pushovers and they just want in the industry.
Well, yeah, and it's funny you talk about pushovers. You wouldn't even like. There are names you like nowadays wouldn't even think about being a pushover. Like Colin Trevorrow. Mm-hmm. He penned the script for the first Jurassic World, and he was supposed to like direct it and do all this stuff, and he was pretty much going to headline the trilogy or whatever. Mm-hmm. Let go, and he did what? It was called like Monsters or something. We watched it. It was fine. It was kind of like a pseudo like it was like Cloverfield meets Godzilla but with less monsters and shit.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was fine. But of course, or like or was he the guy who did Fantastic Four? Because that was bad too. they brought these guys on who had a big indie hit.
What was the name again?
Colin Trevorrow.
Okay, I'll look.
Colin, and he has these hits, and then they bring him on, and it's like they just talk about meddling, and it's like, of course, like they own the contract. They own you. When they hire you, they're not hiring you for your vision. They're hiring you to be a name. Your promotion. Your name's going on the poster. That's it.
As a director, he did Jurassic World, the first one. And then he's filming the third Jurassic World. He didn't do the second one.
Dominion, which is gonna be trash.
He did the Book of Henry, which was okay.
It was like Home Alone, but like dark, like really dark.
And then before Jurassic World, he did Safety Not Guaranteed. Gary.
That was okay. That has it has Jake Johnson in it.
Okay.
Peter B. Parker or Nick from New Girl. It was okay. It was okay. It was kind of boring.
8 credits on him with the 2 Jurassic Worlds for director, anyways. He wrote Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
He was the first writer.
Okay.
And then there was like Chris Terrario or something. He came in and helped too. And let's be fair, that script was written by like 8 people.
Yeah. And he did write Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, but again, that might have been just like 1 of 5.
I don't buy that at all. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's particularly impressive, but the stuff he turned out was not his work. A lot of the stuff he pumped out was not his work.
1 of 2 on that, sorry. Michael Crichton was just based on characters by
Crichton. It's Michael Crichton, dude. You're killing me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because the author, yeah.
Fucking hate you.
I'm not.
You were like, oh, just another screenplay writer. It's like,
yeah, for a second.
But, oh my goodness.
Written by
Mr. Crichton. Mr. Crichton, how are you, crotchety Critch?
Yeah. No,
man, talk about a fucking movie that's gonna suck. Jurassic World Dominion.
I don't know where they're gonna go. What are they gonna do?
The joke is they're bringing Alan Grant back, Dr. Alan Grant.
I heard
Can't wait for that. Is he gonna be there for 5 minutes? Just like, you know what? They'll probably have him die. It's probably the most famous character from them.
They're gonna do some DNA splicing.
They're gonna turn him into a dinosaur. It's gonna be Theodore Rex 2, and Whoopi Goldberg's gonna show up at the end.
Boom! Already a better movie.
Nailed it. I'm in. And then he's gonna guest on The View with
because in this world now, or in that universe now, we have fucking human clones, and then random dinosaurs roaming New York or wherever. Where are they in California, New York?
I don't even know where they are. San Diego was the Lost World. I don't know where the fuck they were in this one.
No,
I'm assuming New York.
Where?
Even though they were like in the mountains of like New Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were in Texas. No, they weren't.
I still maintain Lost World gets way more hate than it should. I think it's a perfectly fine film.
That's the second one, right?
Yes.
I liked it.
There's about 3 or 4 really stupid things that happen in that film, but
yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't go along with the Lost World, the book. But
no, well, neither did the first Jurassic Park. No. It's way different.
Yeah.
It's almost boring. I have the audiobook. I've listened to it like 3 times.
They made Hammond look like a good guy.
Well, I always say they made him Santa Claus. In the movie, he's a fucking dastardly piece of shit. Yeah. Like, he's kind of a cocksucker. He's a piece of shit. He sucks.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to go that route, but okay.
You know.
Oh no, I was trying to get to a thing though about like for me about watching a movie for the movie's sake. If I watch a movie in theaters, it could have a whole different tone to me than watching it outside of the theater because there's that experience of the theater.
Yeah, there's an event.
Makes sometimes, and I see it sometimes as a detriment to the filmmaking because if I watch your movie in theaters and I'm just like blown away, and then I watch it for a second time at home like 6 months later, and I'm just like feeling guilty about liking it in the first place, like you with Black Panther. Yep. When you watched it at home and shit.
I enjoyed the shit out of it in the theater. I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
I think it's a lot of it has to do, and same thing with Endgame. With Endgame, it felt a lot better the first time I went and saw it because of an audience reaction with it too. You can the second time you go and watch it, even with the audience reaction, you can start seeing flaws in it.
Well, just like the worst part is even like I'll go on YouTube now and watch the things and I go, you fucking brain dead lemons, you did exactly what they wanted, and it's like I get it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like the big moments are the big moments for a reason.
Yeah.
But I feel like everything that was written around it was all bullshit. And
one of the biggest moments, though, of fucking Captain America getting the hammer, they put it in a promo like not even a week after the movie dropped. I'm like, are you fucking retarded?
No. Yeah. It's all bad.
Y'all are making all the money anyways. You could have made more money.
Always. That's always been my biggest argument is they go, it made money. I go, yeah, well, Star Wars, the original trilogy, is still making money, so go fuck yourself. Captain Marvel is not making that kind of money anymore. So I was watching a podcast.
Yeah.
Or show.
Watching a show,
so what is
listening
it?
to a podcast.
It was Chaos List or Chaotic Corner or something. Chris Knight, a guy I did like one or two of his shows. Really nice guy. Go follow him, check him out. Chris with a C, Knight as a Knigget on YouTube. Check him out. It was essentially just like a 5-person panel. They just talk about stuff. Fun times. They brought up Disney and their kind of hemorrhaging money, having some issues. There are rumors that Apple has been looking at potentially buying out Disney or buying their stock.
But weren't there the same rumors that Amazon was going to do the same thing and all these other companies?
Well, I imagine anybody who's a $1 trillion company at this point is probably in the talks.
Right.
And even if they're not in the talks, their name's going to come up because they have the money. Regardless of whether or not it's true. They did pose the question, and I'm curious. I don't know how business savvy you are because I'm pseudo there. I don't really give a shit, but I watch trends. I'm a big like into trend stuff. Do you think that would be a smart idea, a bad idea? What do you to Apple to acquire Disney stock? Do you think that would be a smart move?
Their stock or control?
How about both? Or maybe give me an argument for why one would be better than the other.
I mean, they're both kind of like right on the line of kind of the same thing. They both want to control the world.
Wow. Well, starting with that might hurt some of your arguments moving forward, but I'm still with you. I'm here. Kind of put the tinfoil hat on a little early, but that's all right. I'm fucking with you. Give me your TV dinner-esque.
I mean, if we're gonna have one bad company buy another bad company, just let Elon Musk do it. Like,
all right, chill out.
He'll send Disney into space.
That's how I was saying.
Shout
out to SpaceX, by the way.
Yeah,
the astronauts got to the International Space Station safely. They're all chilling up there.
I love the meme right now. It's like the astronauts aren't going to be back for a few days. Everyone start dressing in gorilla suits.
That's fucked up.
And riding horses just to fuck with them. I mean, by the time they get down here back, you never know.
Oh, well, they picked a good time to leave the planet.
I still say they took COVID with them. Give it to the alien.
Sure, why not?
Space Force Objective 1. So anyways, as far as I'm buying stock, as long as they're not gaining control, I think that's okay.
What do you mean not gaining control?
As long as they're not holding the controlling stock.
Apple isn't, or Disney.
As long for Disney. Yeah.
But why would you want to buy it out and not hold the controlling stock?
So is that what they're trying to do, though? Is they're trying to buy it out completely?
Well, why not? I would go, okay, so that's when you start getting into the semantics of it. But I'm talking, is it even, because the price tag on it right now is
so are you asking like from a consumer standpoint, is it something I want to see, or from a business standpoint?
You can pick it however you want. And how about this? The price tag is, so far right now, the original price tag is $500 billion. And that's what Disney is asking for, to essentially be bought out.
Okay.
Outright.
So if Apple could even afford that.
They're a $1 trillion company. They could.
Okay.
But it would be a gamble now.
Yeah, that's a big gamble, especially right now.
But feel free to break it up however you want, because I think this is a very interesting conversation, because Disney owns. You are not thinking about the overhead that Disney has.
Yeah, I mean,
even if you just bought their media department,
right?
Well, I'll let you talk, and then I'll tell you, because I had a day to think about it.
Now,
and
are they trying to break the company up, or just one solid band?
I have no idea. I'm kind of thinking, let's let the Luddites talk, you and me.
Okay.
Do you think it's a good idea, and how would you do it, and what would you do, and why?
If I'm Apple,
yes,
and I'm even looking at it, of course I'm guessing it's a good idea.
I just want to throw thoughts into the ether.
Right. I would not try to do their full asking $500 billion.
Absolutely not.
Because you're selling your company for a reason why. So
exactly. And $500 billion seems actually low for something Disney, if you think Disney's that good. Especially
if it's a full package deal, their media, their parks, everything.
Yep.
Because knowing that how much they just spent on Fox alone, you're just like, okay, what's the catch?
Marvel's not dying. Marvel's not dying.
They haven't even touched on their other products that they just acquired from Fox.
Yep.
Because they have Die Hard, Aliens, Predator, all that fucking shit. Oh my god, it makes me sad thinking about that.
Right.
Home Alone, which they are doing a show.
Remember when monopolies were bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I agree with the protests. Things aren't working. Let's fix them.
Yeah. But that would be my main concern, is why is it so low in retrospect to everything else that we've seen being purchased, like the Marvel deal that was purchased years ago, Star Wars selling to them for, God, I don't even remember the number.
It was $4 billion.
It was $4 billion. So there, that's one franchise.
And they just had to take out a loan for like $11 billion to like. They wanted to sign the papers on a acquisition for land, and I'm assuming to keep parks open and to pay employees.
Right.
So.
And then you're thinking, and so people remember, there's not just parks in the States. It's not just Disneyland, Disney World. There are parks in other countries too.
Paris, France, and Japan.
Yeah, they all have them. And they were building a new park recently before this shit happened. Yep. So what's happening with that? Are you going to finish building it before I buy this?
Oh, fuck no. You absolutely pause that. That'd be insane. Do not do that. Unless you have a contract for them to finish out, you make them finish, because that's called prepaid, and then you finish it out. But
definitely figure out what's going on. Let me see the books. Where are you bleeding money out of the?
So if you were running the company, what would you do?
Running Apple.
If you were running Apple, yes. What would you do?
Definitely look into it more.
Mm-hmm.
I would grab whatever, because I'm sure Apple has all the attorneys and everything to look through all the damn paperwork, their bookkeepers, everything. Have them look at it, give me back a thing, figure out what number is a decent number to offer them with whatever troubles there are. If there are no troubles, then whatever. I'd still not offer them $500 billion.
$500 billion is
going lower. You always go
up
in
there
first.
Oh yeah.
Disney did it to Fox. They went in low.
But we're talking. So. My asking price would be $100 billion. That would be my first negotiation.
But you mean your offer?
That would be my first offer. $100 billion, which is nothing.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Evil holding the world hostage money right there.
If they come back at you, they're not fucking around. Like they want to get rid of it. If they come back at you, especially with a lower number than 500, you know you're in you're in
You're in talks. You're
yeah,
like,
you're in talks.
what are we doing?
So I would go for it. I would do it.
You think so?
Ask them, hey, can we just buy this part of the company instead of the whole company? I don't want your theme parks. We already have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's an issue too. On top of it, I think some people have said stock share, but I'm like, fuck you. You're buying stake in the company, like not just stock. You're gonna own it and be able to.
Right. You're gonna have the
change rules.
controlling stake of everything, basically,
For the most part. Okay. So I feel like I feel like I bamboozled you with this question. You feel a little deer in headlights. How about you want me to say what I would think, and then maybe you can roll off that. So it was interesting.
Apple, by the way, I don't know anything about like Apple's business side.
Yeah.
What they're into at the moment. So.
Absolutely. So obviously with their phones and stuff, they're doing fine, but they're having OS problems. They're pissing a lot of people off. Stock is not as strong as it used to be, but it's still up there. I mean, they're a $1 trillion company. 500 bill is insane. They're not worth that right now. Maybe 20 years ago? Yes, absolutely. Right now? No, they're not worth shit. Their longevity, they've hurt their fan base, problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Apple. What I'm looking at is longevity. Do they have it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Disney does. If Disney didn't, I think they would have gone bankrupt 5 years ago. Last Jedi fucked some shit up like 3 or 4 years ago. But when they started announcing a lot of remakes, people realized they didn't really have a lot to share anymore.
Yeah. Which at that point, it's like, if you're paying attention to at least the fandoms out there.
Yeah.
For the media side of Disney, it's like people don't really want all these remakes.
Well,
and all you have and all Disney has is a bunch of franchises that they can just remake.
Exactly. And Disney is a franchise with a lot of things that require you to buy into their merchandise.
Yeah.
And that's overpriced. And we all know that. We do not have disposable income like we used to.
No.
40 years ago, 20 years ago, even.
Right.
And things like theme parks, it's like, do not tell me people want to actively go to theme parks when they bitch about spending $20 to go to a movie theater and get popcorn and watch the new big event. Fuck you. Don't tell me that. Because I don't have to stand outside for 2 hours in the sun
to get on a ride.
To get on to watch the movie.
Fast Pass, you can pay for that.
Oh, another $30?
It's a lot more than that.
Yeah. My thing is, if I were Apple, I would buy it immediately, but renegotiate. I would buy it out, but put in the stipulations. If you take hits on the theme parks, you own the theme parks. That's you guys. You get your residuals. You run that. That's all your shit.
Right.
If you die, we don't care. We're going to let you burn.
But see, with that, the whole residuals and everything else from it, who is making the money off of the product?
Oh, easy. The theme parks are. The merchandise and the stuff, the drinks and the ticket sales.
I'm talking about like all of Disney's, like, how Disney has all those stupid plushies.
Here you go. All of that goes to the parks. You run that stuff. The third party affiliate shit. Let them run themselves. Hopefully they become encompass. I mean, you got to remember things like these Disney parks. They're essentially cities. Mm-hmm. Even in Orlando, they have a city called Celebration, owned by Disney.
Yeah.
You function yourself.
Right. Work
off all of your merchandise, all of your ticket sales, anything that goes in that park must circulate itself like a city would. State taxes. State taxes. When people get arrested and stuff and have to pay into their courthouses and stuff, that goes back to the city.
How you go to
Same-
Disney jail?
But that's what I'm saying. It's essentially like that. When you go to Disney World and you buy all these drinks and you buy all this stuff and you buy the tickets and fast passes and the extra $10 for a scooter, and that all should be self-sufficient to keep themselves alive. If you can't do that, then you fucked it up yourself. Goodbye. The reason why I would buy them is because I want their Disney Plus archive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. Your app is shit and people don't like it. Apple TV has been working.
You want the vault is what you want.
Exactly.
That's where Disney makes a lot of their money from, because they release shit and then they put it away and you can't buy it again.
Exactly. And Apple and Disney already have things like ESPN, ABC,
National Geographic, right?
or even if not History Channel stuff, or just something. I'm sure they have other channels.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are. I'm not going to speak on them specifically because I don't know. But imagine getting those catalogs, and as an Apple TV, you have your own fucking platform. Fuck Disney Plus. People don't like it. You just embed it into Apple TV. You have it on iTunes, and now you've tripled your catalog. Your residuals are worth enough. You're fine, even if it's too much. 500 billion, longevity, dude. You have it.
Disney also has the controlling stake in Hulu too, so then they get a controlling stake right there as well, which would be nice for them.
You could get rid of Disney, the Disney Plus app. That's less competition. You own it, and now you own Hulu and Apple TV.
And the ESPN shit and all that stuff goes with
it. Would be the biggest. It would be the Apple TV could become the biggest competitor to Netflix. You win. And I'm sorry, live TV will win. Old people cannot get away from cable TV. Apple TV should become the new cable television.
Is that what Apple TV is? Does Apple TV do live shit, or is it Hulu does? Hulu does.
Okay. Then we have the fight with Google. Google has YouTube, where they have YouTube TV and YouTube Premium. All you need is Apple TV to figure out how to get something like a YouTube TV, and bam, you're done. You're fucking toast. And like I said, they have ESPN. So sports, assuming it comes back, which it will. Fuck off. It will. It just means there'll be teams fighting in an empty stadium versus whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming back. Shit is coming back. Just in a way that we would not have seen it.
Yeah.
$500 billion is a very big asking price. I would say 350 bill. I'd probably buy it. And then put some stipulations on it.
My big question with stuff like that, because like
huge gamble, but I take it because who else is going to buy you out? Even if you have bad sales, you just killed your biggest competitor. Who else are you going to?
Now with that, just like I wondered this too with like the
and get their merchandising rights
and stuff like that
for the movies.
Right. But if 500 bill, okay, say they buy it 500 bill, easy, bam.
Yeah, that's half your company's net worth. 500
bill. Who that's split up between who at the end of the day?
Nobody. It goes into the ether.
CEOs and shit don't get a cut, nothing.
You'll probably not initially. You might see some bonuses go out, but I don't think anything that would even touch. You cannot forget how big $1 billion is.
Yeah.
But you have to think. These are big companies that have to keep the lights on. It's a big deal. Not only are you paying companies and companies of people, you're still marketing.
Right.
You still have to distribute.
You have to keep something going so there's a constant want for your product.
Yep. And there'll be transition stuff too. I mean, think about all the companies that now are owned by them that you now have to transfer to your buildings, move them over, change things over where they're working. And also you still want to hold on to some of the money to expand, keep moving forward. And you always want a nest egg. to just in case something like this happens and you need like 6 months of bailout. Like I said, when it comes to movies and streaming and all this stuff, people want content, and everybody's pissed off that we've moved away from the Netflix Hulu days where it was you go here for the movies, you go here for the TV shows, exclusive content on each. Good enough. Now it's like 20 different things. The biggest problem is getting live television and narrative television.
You have to work your deals with each individual network. Now, if they getting the Hulu and shit like that, bam, you have your deals already set up with those companies. Amazingly, because Hulu was created for that. There was 3 different companies that came together to even create Hulu in the first place. 3 or 4 different that had a stake in it, and then Disney has controlling stake.
But again, remember how good Hulu was, but now Fox disappeared, ABC disappeared.
Well, ABC is Disney. So
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They already own a company. They already own a distribution on basic television.
Right.
So why not just take the name, put it all on Apple TV? It's all the more reason to buy more Apple products. Do what T-Mobile does. You buy a new iPhone, you get Apple. I fucking just bought a new iPhone. They gave me Apple TV for a year for free.
But let's break it down simply, though. I don't want that to happen.
Nobody does, and it shouldn't be happening. The problem is the fact that people think it's a bad idea. It just boggles my mind. $500 billion is too much. Do not get me wrong. But if you cut Disney into the park affiliation shit and make them govern themselves, which is totally possible, and you're really just buying for their catalog and their studios, that's a no-brainer. Buy their studios. That's just material you can take.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free shit.
I don't know.
It's a big deal. I think Apple would be stupid not to.
Right.
You'd be a monopoly. I'm sorry, you're done. Like, you buy Apple, you're done. You own every damn company at that point. You'd be silly not to.
Yeah.
Who are you even gonna? People are like, well, what if they die? Who are you competing against at that point? A gas company?
There's no other company that would have
Tesla
that much power.
And Tesla's in talk to make an Apple car.
Yeah, Tesla's working with Apple.
That's not true, but they're competitive because Apple's trying to make their own car. They're trying to make their own smart car.
Tesla also works, or SpaceX. SpaceX was working with even Facebook. So then you have
which is not Apple. So
which is not Apple. That's what I was thinking.
If anything, Tesla would go to Microsoft first.
Right.
If Tesla went anywhere, they'd go to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Just because their products look like Apple doesn't mean they're working with Apple. Calm down.
I do want that Tesla truck though. I'm a future person. I'm a futurist. I got it.
Did you watch any of the SpaceX shit?
Yeah.
They had like DeLorean doors on the fucking car. It was so dope. That was so cool.
I randomly go to the Tesla store in town just to check out the cars.
Say what you will about Elon Musk, but fucking hell, dude. I'm sorry, he innovated us by 5 years. Yeah. Easy. He jump started some shit.
Away from all of his political shit, he's got the brain to do.
People are weird. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Billionaires are bored. Billionaires are bored and have nothing to do. Of course, they're going to get a little weird with it.
And of course, he's got a bunch of money to spend on random shit. So he's just going to be like, let's build this.
I'd rather him send us to space and make weird tweets rather than being a child diddler.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. There's a lot worse things he could be doing. There's a lot worse things.
I mean, we'll see what he does when he gets that thing implanted in his brain that he was like talking about.
Go nuts.
I told Nikki the other day, I was telling her about that story, and she's like, why would he do that? I was like, because he wants the origin to a comic book villain. Duh.
Dude, as you wear a Lex Luthor shirt.
Yes.
Okay, we can't end on this. You got to give me something better. That
I
was
gonna
boring.
give you something,
That
but
was boring ass old people business talk. What do we got?
You gave me this on this episode of Operation Babble.
We have to talk about that, you cunt. We have to talk about that. We have to. It's a big deal, man.
Okay, so let's finish on this because I gotta get going.
No, don't tell me what to do.
I did a bad.
Ew.
In my
like in your pants? Okay, we need to stop talking. Like we've talked together too much. All right, what you got?
We watched, unfortunately. Everybody in my house wanted to watch this movie.
Oh my goodness.
We watched Aladdin live action.
All right, so if we have a fan, we have a fan that gives a shit and has nothing to do with their lives. Could you go back and cut every single time that Michael said that he was never going to let that happen? Because I'm pretty sure we were at least a solid half dozen.
Oh, almost every episode for the longest time while it was going.
So how'd that go? I'm sure your fucking kids loved it because kids are stupid.
Nick was the one that was just like, every time I said something, she's like, it's not that bad.
It's that bad.
She's like, it's not great, but it's not that bad. Like,
it's that bad.
Sound. Did you watch it or no? No.
I will never watch it.
Okay.
I've watched every fight. I feel like I've watched every scene in that film out of context.
Yeah.
There's no context that could make it good.
So I got
Jasmine's song is retarded.
Yeah. I didn't it wasn't okay that they, I guess, didn't do a shot for shot, even though they tried.
It's so racist.
It's
a Bollywood film.
Yeah. Okay. Besides all that.
Fine.
The story. Okay. You remember in the cartoon when Jafar goes, Genie, I want you to make me the most powerful genie in the universe, or being in the universe is what he says in the cartoon. And it's so dramatic, and he's got this like laugh, and it's so like,
and camera moves and colors, and
it's so dope. In this one,
music,
he just says, Genie. I can't even fucking do it because it's not cool.
So you're gonna laugh. Genie, I want you to make me the most powerful being in the universe.
He doesn't even say being. I think he says, I want you to make me the most powerful in the universe.
Social justice warrior.
And I'm just like, I looked at Nick, I was like, they took all the passion out of that fucking scene. Like, how did they do that?
It's the same thing they did with Lion King, dude. They don't know what makes their movies good.
Motherfucker. My kid, when we finished that movie, he whispered it to my wife. He's like, well, I guess we can watch Lion King now. And she told me when we went to bed, I was like, fuck you guys. We are not watching Lion King in this house.
Let them watch it. Fuck that shit, man. They're terrible. I'm sorry. It's just, people don't care. They just want to sit in front of a fucking TV and watch something. And I'm like, nah, I need substance. I need stuff to talk about. Like, lately, it's pathetic that Hannah and I are literally pausing films from old school times, pausing them to go, dude, remember when films were good? Like, it's like, oh, I totally get why they did that. It totally makes sense because they set this all up.
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit's Who Framed Roger Rabbit's a fucking brilliant film. Go watch it. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, okay. I had a lot of issues with it.
What's my next film?
I will say it wasn't as horrible as it could have been, but it wasn't great.
Oh, it's because it's entertaining.
It wasn't though. It was kind of annoying because I'm a huge fan of the original.
I love the cartoon. I think the cartoon is
and it's like they did some stuff that was like
Will Smith is stupid.
I get it.
He's not Genie. He's not. It's awful.
And they do something. So
and Aladdin sucks.
I'm gonna spoil this movie for anyone who gives a fuck.
There's no spoiler. I've already seen it. It was called Aladdin.
And I called it instantly as soon as it turned on. The movie starts with Will Smith on a boat with kids. And then he goes into telling the story about Aladdin.
Oh, no. This is over.
Come on down. Yeah, that one.
No, dumb.
And then he goes into it, and then it goes into the movie. And as we're watching the movie, the first time they showed Genie, I'd look at Nick. I was like, I bet you the Genie is Will Smith at the beginning of the movie as a human being. Fucking happened. I was like, motherfucker. And they gave Genie a love interest in this movie. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? And then
was it Nassim Pedrad or whatever, the friend?
Yeah, the
SNL
friend.
girl.
Yeah. And
It's
then
fucking
not
stupid.
only did they give him a love interest, when they Genie, I set you free scene, he just turns
You
into a
kiss her.
human. He turns into a human. Like that's it. Like in the cartoon. I'm sorry, I'm going based on the cartoon, but this movie
Go
is
off the
based on-
cartoon is what the point. It was why they made the fucking film.
The movie is based on the cartoon, so fuck anybody who's like, well, that's just one version of Aladdin. This is
No,
the
go
version
fuck
of
yourself. They
Aladdin.
remade this film.
They literally did. And I did like one Easter egg though. They had a picture of Aladdin and Genie and the Sultan from the original cartoon in there, in one spot.
Yeah,
That was the only thing
idea.
I
Fucking
thought
remind
about.
us what a good film
Right.
was.
But they turned Genie into human. I'm like, in the cartoon, Genie 1 stayed blue when he lost his powers. 2, he didn't lose all of his fucking powers because he still had Genie-ish powers. He just wasn't a slave anymore. You know, he wasn't the most powerful.
You're making me mad. This makes no sense. Like, it's all stupid.
And there was other stuff. I was just like,
That sounds terrible.
really? Like a lot of it came down to me was the cartoon had more bits of drama when it needed the drama in it than this movie did. Like the acting in the cartoon made me feel something, and this didn't make me feel anything.
Oh, it's because it's hyperbolic.
And then they fucked the Sultan up. They made him like this serious guy.
Yeah, no, he's not funny.
I'm like, Danny DeVito should have been the Sultan.
No, stop it. Everybody on the internet, Danny DeVito does not play every character. Stop wasting him because I want a live action. If you're going to fuck my films up, I want a live action Hercules with Danny DeVito as fucking Phil. You all fuck off. Stop it. This meme is not funny anymore. You all could die in a fire.
Danny DeVito should be in every fucking movie as
No
poor little fat dude.
No, unacceptable. You smell like trash on a bucket.
Oh.
I can't believe you actually let that happen. You're a bad person. I knew you were gonna cave eventually.
I don't know. They wanted to watch it, but you know the best part was?
No, I don't.
Micah liked it. Nikki,
Surprise, kid.
She said, Nick is my wife for people that don't know already.
Never heard of her.
She said that it was
It's actually
okay.
a guy. It's
it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst thing. And then
great. That means nothing.
Calum, as the movie is ending, because he remembers the cartoon.
Yeah,
he remembers. And
because he probably only saw it like a year or two ago.
Not even. But we watched.
He's like 5, isn't he?
Well.
How old is he? Like 8?
6.
Okay.
But we watched the first 2. We haven't watched King of Thieves is
better than 2.
Is the third one.
King of Thieves is better than 2. The only thing good about 2 is Jasmine in the red outfit. Or wait, no.
I like the design of Jafar's genie when he's actually in genie form.
That was kind of dope.
Yeah.
The whole scene was dope.
But
I like that.
So where was I going? Oh, Calum, when the movie ended, like throughout the movie, he was referencing the cartoon.
Yeah.
As to try and figure out what the hell was going on in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the end of the movie, because we were watching it on the Disney Plus app that we're borrowing, it popped up the cartoon, the original cartoon. The original cartoon popped up, and he's like, "Can we watch that now?"
The good one. Can we watch the good one?
That's what he said. He said that.
So I gotta ask.
Damn.
We've been doing this.
Yeah.
For about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Some would say too long.
I don't need my pop filter.
You took the merkin off of your microphone.
Yes.
And the pop filter.
Yeah.
You thought that was the good call. Did you actually think that was a good call, or did you just do that because you weren't thinking?
I forgot to put it back on. I'm not
Which
gonna
is
do it now. It's already
which is funny because I called you out before we started recording.
Yeah.
You, sir, aggravate the shit out of me.
I mean, you don't need it. You don't have to have it. It helps with background noise and shit like that.
I
yeah.
know, God fucking forbid that
But,
I don't need to put a condom on.
I mean, I have
But
kids, I clearly haven't.
clearly you don't know how to fix that.
How do you put those on again?
It just, Michael.
It looks cooler without it.
Yeah, that's neat. Especially we've been primarily not video. I hate the fact that we moved to video. I'm really sad. Also, I actually wouldn't have been so pissed off if it wasn't for the fact that I was unaware that I was finally going to say yes. And we have a beautiful guest, and I'm like the only one with shitty ass light.
You're fine. And your
Well, fuck
background is
you.
starting to clean up. I noticed it when you were doing the other show that you were doing live the other day. I was
A lot of that is Hannah. A lot of that is Hannah. I did a lot of cleaning up. Initially, we got rid of part of my desk, which was kind of sad. It hurt my soul a little bit, but what happened was we moved all the tubs over here, because it's a little more organized, and we're gonna figure something out with the lights.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is like I really don't have that much stuff, but I refuse to let it bleed into the other rooms, and we don't have a garage. That was my big thing. Is right. We're hoping to get a garage because we need a big room for a studio.
Right.
Is the biggest thing, and I don't have a ton of money, so whenever people give me props or I luck into props or I go to a secondhand store and they're disgustingly cheap, I just need to get them because I've used them. I've used them a lot. I actually have I'm trying to get Hannah to do she's got the costume almost done. She's going to do Megara from Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
So I had all these grapes.
You going to dress up like Phil?
Dude, I might. I might actually do it. It'd be dope because I actually think I have the costume for it, but
you got to.
It'd be fun. I don't know. It's just
like Pain, I think it is.
Oh yeah. But yeah, ask any photographer, man. Props are important. Yeah. If you have them, it's awesome. Like, and it's hard because a lot of them are seasonal. A lot are seasonal. Like I have Easter shit and I have Valentine's, and just those alone pretty much are a tub a piece. So.
Not to mention costumes and shit like that, especially if you don't want if you have like certain costumes that you don't want to just like fold them up and put them in something, you have to hang them and shit too.
Yep.
So it's just like we started doing that with the kids' costumes because if I'm out at the thrift store, like we have a pound store in town, I would just grab all the costumes and then I'll alter them. But now they're just hanging in the kids' closet. It's like one whole fucking closet full.
Yeah, it's like a studio. It's like you can just walk in and grab what you need. And,
yeah.
And I even tell her, I go, I don't give a shit. Just rip them up if they're pieces. Like we found stuff. Like I found a $20 leather brown skirt from waist down for her.
Yeah,
it's real leather, like real brown leather. I go, either this skirt fits you or it's fucking material. It's leather, dude. It's real leather for $20. This store doesn't know what they have.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it because this is like $200 worth of material.
This chick I used to date back in the day, we would go to the leather
fucking
stores.
Humble brag. Fucking hell.
And she would make her own clothes and stuff for like goth clubs and shit like that.
Hot.
So and sell them. And she would go to the leather shops and just get the scraps and be making shit out of those.
And a ball gag and all that stuff.
No.
Awesome. I like it.
No.
Whip store.
No.
Peg store.
No. Anyways, I do like your background.
Anyways, guys.
My background is probably going to end up changing soon too.
Because everybody makes fun of people who have just toys and shit behind them. Yeah. I will never be that guy. Fucking, I will say it now. I will never be that guy.
Do people make fun of people?
They do. They do. They do. It's
But
an
here's
internet
the
thing.
thing. This is my office before.
This is you. Like this is where I'm like, you didn't actually set this up to be a background.
No.
This is you. So I will 100% I will justify this. I will go to the defense for you.
If Twitter starts
Because otherwise, the only other place I would be okay with you doing this is you in your closet with your like eBay room where it's just trash everywhere.
It's not bad now. It's not bad.
The poor man has so much shit.
I started boxing up. Well, not boxing up, but plastic totes for all the action figures that are still in cases. Because look,
but this is my studio, dude. You see the fucking quilt?
Yeah,
that was made by my girlfriend's grandma. That houses a window. Yeah, the turtles.
See? Just so the visual viewers, anyways, know this isn't just
visual viewers. I like that.
This is how my fucking office is.
Just a grown ass kid. I like it. No, like the quilt was made by my girlfriend's grandma
that they don't ever see too.
Well, my kitchen's like right there. Like, give me like an arm length. I'm in the kitchen essentially, and yeah, it's hard. I'm just in a little 2-bedroom apartment, but I got a studio and I'm not gonna break the fucking lights down every time I shoot something. So
mine are right over here off to the side, still up like yours are.
Yeah, it's difficult. We got and like down like a 20-foot, 30-foot hallway is the other bedroom that we sleep in, the bathroom, and what we now turned into our living room. The air conditioner's right here. Yeah. So our air conditioner goes this way. It doesn't do anything for the other rooms. There's no air conditioning in the other rooms. Yeah. So I have to blast the AC at 60 degrees with a fan. With a fan right here, blows it down the hallway. So
now, are you going to use your setup that you have when you're finished, anyways, and do gaming stuff there, or are you guys just going to go strictly to?
We've talked about it. I think it's more. We're not really big on the live streaming. We kind of think it's
about live streaming, just like if you wanted to record it.
Views
with Hannah, you know.
Oh no! We just do it for fun. But yeah, we can get the views. Again, I don't like face cam.
Right.
I really don't. I think but I also think it takes away from the talking and the editing. The message. More like, people are jumping in to watch Minecraft, right? Or watch this game. The reason why they're watching these people is because they're funny. You want to hear what they say.
Right.
90% of the time, people aren't going to watch the video. They're going to put it on the background and just listen to it.
Yeah.
And they go, well, Minecraft, it's just Minecraft.
That's why we do this as audio and
oh yeah, audio's never going away. Everybody can fuck off on
get rid of the audio portion because I like to listen to my podcasts on a podcast site
while I'm working or something.
While I'm working. I don't have to fucking watch anything, and I don't pay for YouTube Premium or whatever it is. So yeah, I would never take away the audio function from viewers ever.
That'd be absurd. It'd be absurd.
I have seen some podcasts do it. I'm just like, where can I find your podcast? They're like, we're on YouTube. It's like, that's not a podcast, that's a video. You're just doing an online show.
Would I do it out here? I told her no. I think inherently it's more fun to do it in the room that we feel more comfortable in, where we're just hanging out. On top of that, even if we did vocal cam, I'm not doing a setup individually for both of us and cutting back and forth. We pretty much only play games that we can do on the same screen. Otherwise, it's me playing and her commentating or vice versa. So there's no reason for a dual setup.
Right.
On top of that, I run it off a laptop. So I don't really see the point. I can move it wherever the fuck I want. Yeah. On top of that, the audio is better because it's in a smaller room. And no, I just think it's silly. I'm at a point where I like doing game videos with her, but those are just for fun. I don't have time to edit as much as I'd like. if I could pump stuff out more often, yeah, sure, maybe, but like that's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
I do have a Minecraft
Have
one
fun
that's
with
going
it,
to be
dude.
really funny. There's a Minecraft one coming hopefully pretty soon. That's going to be really funny.
Mm.
There's a Luigi's Mansion 3 that I got, may or may not. I've gotten a little too bevved on. So I wasn't really happy with how it came out. I'll probably cut it down and it'll be just kind of like a supplementary thing for funsies. It's just hard to find games that we both want to work on and have fun with.
Yeah.
I mean, I have commentaries up the ass that I haven't let go. A lot of it's just for fun. A lot of it's just so we can do something together and feel like we have it. And best case scenario, someday we get bevved up and go, oh, what happened to the Shark Exorcist commentary we did?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's pull up Shark Exorcist and listen to us talk over it. So.
Right. As long as you have fun with it, man. That's why I'm doing this shit now. I'm just like, there's just way too many people out there that try and like focus on being that top dog.
They want it to be this job. They want it to be their job. They want to be famous. And I go, I'm sorry. If you don't give a shit about what you're talking about,
right?
Nobody cares either.
Content because I want to make the content, not for
exactly
the clout, as they call it, or whatever.
I'm not going to watch a film and feel like I need to put a video out that day. Where's
right.
the fun?
Right.
There's nothing.
I mean,
there.
I
don't even want to watch fucking Stargirl, but I got people who talk about it. Fucking
right.
hell. But I just want to talk with people about it. That's what I'm passionate about, is talking to my friends.
It's like watching, like, everybody that watches a movie feels like they need to review that movie. Not even necessarily on a podcast or a video, but even a written
just in general. Like they want to go eat dinner with their significant other and talk about the film.
Yeah. But I'm like, so I've been doing this shit on Letterboxd. Everyone fucking knows it. I've said it 500 times now. But I won't do it on every movie. I'm not gonna do it on Aladdin.
Yeah, who cares?
Well, I might actually, now that I think about it, after bitching about it.
Well, if you've watched both, I mean,
but
make comparisons, be real.
We watched a movie that I'm not gonna review because there's nothing nice or any way to say it without being a complete dick, and that was Cats. And no, fuck that movie, and fuck everyone who calls it like a Rocky Horror Picture Show type film.
So you finally saw it then?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Hannah and I. So you got to watch the Broadway one.
I have never watched number. Nick has actually seen it on Broadway. We started the movie within 4 minutes. She was like,
"She's fucking out." Yeah.
Like, the fuck is this?
Hannah's gonna do the same because we actually have the Broadway one.
Yeah.
Like on DVD. So we're gonna watch that, and then we're gonna watch the new
mean.
one.
That's mean.
We're gonna do it. Well, because I haven't seen it since I was like 6. I'm a Phantom of the Opera guy.
Okay.
That's who I am. And I've heard good things about Cats, and
yeah.
I love Jersey Girl, the Kevin Smith version with Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler, and Cats is a big part of it. They make a lot of jokes.
Yeah. Then he does Sweeney Todd in there.
And Sweeney Todd.
Live action Sweeney Todd, I think.
And
no,
I want to see it. I want to see the Broadway one and see why she likes it. And we're going to do commentary on both just for us so we can talk about it. And then there are rumors. I'm not going to promise anything. I've talked about Hannah about 1 billion times. She has said, if I can knock these out with her, she said, as long as we make it a Cats podcast, she will come on and bitch because she knows she's gonna hate it. I'm like, I'm down. I would love to hear her bitch.
A Cats only podcast, man.
2 movies though. If you watch the Broadway one, there are things to talk about.
Broadway, and
you and I have gone over 2 hours, and we're talking about nonsense.
Yeah, it's been almost. It's been over an hour since Tivis left us. Tivis,
exactly.
Thanks.
We miss you, buddy. We miss you, bro.
You would have had some insight on the business stuff, I'm sure. He'd have
been like, I like it.
Do it.
Is it DC? I like it. I love you.
Aquaman's buying Marvel? Awesome.
I knew it. As long as Jason Momoa's coming.
I love you, Tivis.
No, we need optimism. Like, fucking hell. I'm just such a fucking bully.
Oh, man. All right, well, I'm done. I got.
Anyways, guys.
Anyways.
Yeah, I kind of feel
it just says anyways.
Yeah, I watched Austin Powers the other night.
Yeah.
Good shit. Go watch it. It's fun. A lot of
I've
fun.
been watching a lot of stuff lately.
Roger Rabbit, fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Still holds up. I think our next one, I'm either fighting for A League of Their Own.
That's good.
Thanks to actually, I think I'm gonna do that one because Amelia brought that back up because of her bombshell Batwoman thing she talked about. I think I'm gonna go that next. I could use some Tom Hanks and Madonna and Rosie O'Donnell. Old shit's really been doing good for me.
Yeah,
I'm very happy. And we got to try out. I'll turn Netflix on if we can do a watch party. I'm down.
All right,
we can talk about it.
We can do. We're yeah. I think you have to do it on the computer though. I don't think you can do it on.
I got a computer.
App.
This can be done.
I would have to sit down.
This can be done. It'll be easier to record commentary.
And then maybe drop a link on the Facebook page. I don't know about Twitter.
Your mom will drop a link page on your face.
Twitter people would just come on there and just be like, "Fucking
they're
dicks."
They're gonna fucking twat her all over you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, I ain't got shit.
Well, thank you for spending some time with me.
I didn't want to hang out with you at all.
Cover my mic with anything today.
You and Tivis are sluts.
Oh wait.
Hey, the pop filter comes out for the last 10 seconds. Do you have a quote, you fuck?
Is that better? I do.
I mean, it takes the pop filter off for the quote.
And the quote of the day is from the Wizard of Oz. I find it suitable for today. 1939's Wizard of Oz.
As opposed to whoever's Wizard of Oz?
Well, they had the Return to Oz. Oh, I guess
that's not the same title, and neither is The Wiz or Oz.
Or Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Or just Oz.
Which one was that?
Actually, I might be up my ass.
It's Oz the Great and Powerful with James Franco.
No, I was thinking of a TV show.
And then there's Tin Man.
That might have been it. With Damien Dark.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
And that one chick. What is her
name? There is a show called Oz. Go fuck yourself.
That's not about the Wizard of Oz, though.
No, absolutely not. I'm up my ass. It's about. It looks like a prison show, and that's 100% what I was thinking of.
It is what you were thinking of?
Yeah.
Okay. Tin Man was with Zooey Deschanel. That's who.
She's hot.
That was a really good miniseries. Go watch that, guys. That's my recommendation for the week. All right.
There you go.
Anyways,
God damn it. Oh my goodness.
From The Wizard of Oz, 1939.
Oh my god.
Toto, I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Ba-ba-da-ba! Ba-ba-da-ba! Oh, later, nerds.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble, and join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.